dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí fìlà tí wọ́n di àlájà sí lébà mú ṣinṣin tí wọ́n jẹ́ ó jábọ́. Àwọn náà ní àwọn màmá wa, the Zonal Women Affairs Secretaries. Ẹjọ́ tó lọ lẹ́ẹ̀ má bínú máa. Women affairs secretaries from branches. All women affairs secretaries from branches here present. Right now, a very special person to this program is around. Like I said, we have a lot of people who are ambassadors of Islam. Those people that you see and wish that they can find you. She's beautiful, she's outside, she's brilliant, she's resourceful, she's versatile, she's a leader, and today she's going to be the next guest
throughout all the locations of NASFAT where we have Salatul Jumu'ah, the topic we discussed last Friday was eliminating violence against women, an Islamic perspective. This is partially to commemorate this day and also to join our mothers in celebrating the National Women's Week, which has as a theme the Muslimah striving and thriving despite the pandemic. And the focus on this sermon was the issue of what has been referred to as shadow pandemic. We look at the issues surrounding women and the view of the Islamic religion. And we find out that Islam as a religion place women on a very high level. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of women, can place them in such, or give them such a very high and noble status, what should we do as human beings? To thank Almighty Allah for making it possible for us to witness this year's Women's Week, National Women's Week. I pray that we are going to witness so many more, inshallah. This is 21st one, inshallah, but I pray that we are going to witness many more. The International Women's Week is actually a time it gives us the opportunity to remind ourselves of the importance of looking at the status that Islam has accorded women. And we should also use this opportunity to remind ourselves. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that we all know that women thrive and they are thriving despite this pandemic. And we all know that Islam has placed women, has accorded women a very high status. For instance, if you look at the issue of equality before the law, Islam has said that man amila salihan min zakarin wa unsa fala nuhyiyannahu hayatan tayyibatan. I have only 5 minutes, so I just want to quickly make the point. It's not a lecture per se, it's a diet. Ọlọ́run sọ fún àwa ọmọ ènìyàn, Ọlọ́run discriminate láàrin ọkùnrin àti obìnrin. Ọlọ́run pàtàkì obìnrin, ẹ̀sìn wa Islam náà pàtàkì obìnrin. And that is why, tó fi já sí wípé, this is a period where we have to remind ourselves of the fact that the religion of Islam is one that places woman in a very, or accorded woman a very high status. The issue of Wa'idha al-Mawuda to Su'ila Birayi Dhambi Kutilat is also another pointer to the fact that ẹ̀sìn wa Islam ó pàtàkì obìnrin. Bákan náà, the condemnation of pé kéèyàn bímọ obìnrin kí inú èèyàn wá bàjẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe rí inú Surah chapter 16 verses 57 to 59 and chapter 43 verses 15 to 19. Èlé òǹtà tọ́ba fún wọn ní ìrò wípé ọmọ obìnrin ni wọ́n bí, ojú wọn á pọ́n, ojú wọn á dúdú, wọn á banújẹ́. Inú wọn á bàjẹ́, wọn á máa bí. Eléyìí náà fi hàn wá wípé ẹ̀sìn Islam kò kò fi ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin kò kọ́yán obìnrin kéré. Ní ayé tá a wà lẹ́nìí, we are talking about the pandemic, and we find out that the shadow pandemic is there. COVID-19 crisis. Collective effort to stop it. As we all know that COVID-19 cases continue to strain health services, essential services, and airlines have reached capacity. Gbogbo challenges tó wà níbẹ̀, ó sọ di ọ̀rọ̀ yàn fún wa ká pera wa sí àkíyèsí to the concerns ní àwùjọ wa. Ọkùnrin àbí ọkọ àbí bàbá wo pàtí lockdown tí ò ti sí lockdown tó bá jáde lọ láàárọ̀ ó lè dáre ló máa tó wọlé. But pàtí lockdown wà lórí the lockdown kò síbi tó fẹ́ lọ. Àrùn mi ọkọ mi bàbá mi fi ìkanra yẹn mọ́ ìyàwó ó fi mọ́ ọmọ.
National Officer, Imam Uthman Adekunle Animashao. Jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah reward you abundantly.
Moving on.
Please, we are still mindful of the existence of the pandemic. Please, one of the rules of admittance into this hall is the use of our nose mask.
Please mask up.
Please ensure that you're using it. Please ensure you're using it.
The right way.
May Allah continue to save us all from the pandemic.
Amen. Let us quickly run through what we are doing today. We are still celebrating the National Women Management Committee Annual Women's Week, the grand finale, themed the Muslimah, striving and thriving despite the pandemic. And we are so happy that the program is moving on successfully. Right now we have the honor and the privilege to introduce.
Yes, while the spiritual diet was on, we received the president of NASFAT, Alhaji Abdul Mumin Yusuf.
Allahu Akbar.
He has joined us, he's seated on the podium.
Allahu Akbar.
Alhaji Yusuf.
Permit me to call him Shehu.
That's the NASFAT president on the podium.
Thank you very much for coming.
Also in our midst, we want to recognize the chairman of Zone 1, NASFAT Zone 1, the president of our father, Sheikh Akinpelu. He is the director in the Ministry of Water Resources in Lagos State. We recognize the presence.
Yes.
We also recognize the presence of all the branch chairmen here present. And also a member of the NEC is the National PR of NASFAT, the PR secretary, the person of our brother, Alhaji Abdul Hakim Yusuf.
Yes, with that, as a member of the NEC, we also have the Children Affairs Secretary, and Laja Lawan. You're very welcome. Still an introduction. I have the honor and the privilege to introduce the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Mrs. Oluyemi Alesowo. She's ably represented by Mrs. Laila Oki. Mrs. Laila Oki, please come forward, come to the side of the podium.
Alaji Olawoyi is also here. He is the Zonal Chairman, NASFAT Ogun Zone. You're welcome, sir. We recognize your presence.
All right, thank you very much for coming. We appreciate your presence. Please enjoy. Let us keep calm. Let us keep calm, please. Yes. Alaja Bidemi Ganiat Raji, the former permanent secretary, Minister of Finance, is also here. Alaja Bidemi Raji, you are highly welcome. Your presence is highly recognized and appreciated. Thank you. I also have the honor and the privilege to introduce the former National General Secretary of NASFAT, Alhaji Kabir Alaraba. Alhaji Kabir Alaraba, we have a seat for our special guest. Please come forward. Thank you very much for being here.
Yes, we move straight to the next on our program.
Yeah,
and that's the...
Before then, please, permit me to appreciate, recognize the members of the planning committee for today's program. That is doubly shared by Alaja Marufa Omowumi George. All members of the planning committee and Alaja George, please just wave your hands wherever you are. May Almighty Allah accept us rise as an act of ibadah, inshallah.
We recognize Dr. Adekola, the VP2 of NASFAT,
inshallah.
And Alhaji Sumanu Kwega Sumanu is the General Secretary of NASFAT.
Inshallah.
Ebori Ekawasa. Straight to the next program, please, because of our time. And that's going straight to the office of the National Women Affairs Secretary, Mother Alaja Showeba Bola Kukolati, for the welcome address.
Allahu Akbar. Ẹgbẹ́ tó ní fún wọn.
Mo ń jẹ kókóró. Ilé ìlú kókóró tẹ̀ ń jẹ ṣàfihàn. Òkè yín wẹ̀ ilé wa jókòó. Ẹni kò rẹ̀kọ̀dá ẹ̀sẹ̀ sẹ̀kìtì o, torí mo jíṣẹ́. Èmi ò sí bí, èmi ò sí bí mo ti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ sẹ̀kìtì.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I wish to observe protocol. Distinguished girls at the high table, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. All praise is to Allah. We praise Him, we seek His help, and His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the evils of our souls and evils of our deeds. One whom Allah guides, none can lead astray, and one whom He guides, none can guide him. We bear witness that there is no God but Allah. We bear witness that Muhammad and the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, his servant and his messenger. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to warmly welcome you on behalf of the leadership organs and general membership of NASFAT to this very special occasion, being in grand finale of the 21st Annual Women's Week celebration, which actually started last Monday, 22nd of November, and is being rounded up today, inshallah. I especially thank Allah for giving every one of us the opportunity to witness this year's Women's Week celebration. The chairman, the chairperson, president of NASFAT, the Chief Missioner of NASFAT, special guests, brothers and sisters in Islam. The year 2020 witnessed the global spread of a novel virus called COVID-19, which caused a pandemic that ravaged the world, leaving in its trail medical, social, economic, and physical devastation. Also in this same year, we witnessed the peaceful EndSARS protest to end police brutality and his banning of the special anti-robbery squad in Nigeria, which later was hijacked by influence, resulting in widespread violence, acts of destruction, and looting of public and private property in many parts of the country. It was indeed a very sad incident. May Allah heal the sick, the injured, bless those who care for them, forgive the dead, and comfort their families of those who lost their properties and loved ones. May Allah protect the rest of us from such calamity and coronavirus, inshallah. COVID-19 has practically changed life as we used to know it. We now have the new normal and new realities in all spheres of human endeavor. And as a proactive organization, NASFAT is already thinking post-COVID, where women can exploit possibilities in the new world and take full advantage of the unprecedented crisis. This year's Women's Week is holding in line with COVID-19 guidelines, ensuring 50% maximum occupancy at the time and safety guidelines outlined by the health authorities. In view of the social distancing due to COVID-19 pandemic, many of our women are not able to attend the Women's Week this year in Lagos particularly. The grand finale is virtual to provide an opportunity for members and the public to watch us, inshallah. The Women's Week is to promote the mission statement by actively engaging in the development of human capital, promoting Islamic values in family and community development, thus contributing to our total nation building. In response to the new normal thrown up by the COVID-19 pandemic, the NASFAT women through the planning committee of the Women's Week carefully selected the theme for this year's Women's Week to explore new ways for our women to cope and stay above board in these interesting times when the world is contending with COVID-19 pandemic, which is an unplanned, unanticipated, unprecedented health crisis in human existence. The theme for this year, Women's Week, is Muslims striving and thriving despite the pandemic. The chairman and chairperson, special guests, brothers and sisters in Islam, aside the main theme, other something that were exactly to campaign against the sexual and gender-based violence. But unfortunately, because of the directive of government, we could not hold this work. Women of NASFAT donated branded bedsheets and pillowcases to the government hospitals and orphanage homes across major cities in the country to complement the efforts of the government. Chairman and chairperson of this occasion, other special guests, brothers and sisters in Islam, we are using this opportunity to drive our fundraising campaign with a target of 30 million naira to fund the women's project Phase 1 NASFAT Mother and Healthcare Hospital, a one-stop family hospital providing outstanding healthcare services for every member of the family. The Mother and Child Hospital will go a long way to improve maternal and child health services, as well as other help to achieve universal and comprehensive healthcare coverage in the country. The aim of establishing the healthcare facility is to support the priority agenda for the NEC in 4 key areas: health, education, livelihood, and Dawa health. The first Women's Week was held in the year 2000 and organized by past National Women's Affairs Secretary Elijah Rashida Abalola. She's not here today with us. And it has since been held consistently over the past 20 years by subsequent past National Women Affairs Secretaries. I wish to specially recognize all the past National Women Affairs Secretaries: Elijah Rashida Abalola, Elijah Fausat Adebomi Oladoja, Elijah Nofisa Abiola Oludani, and Elijah Somiat Monara Mumei. They are good leaders, and it is what they have done and I am now following inshallah. May Allah reward you and bless you for all the work that you did for last night. Similarly, I wish to recognize the past Women Week coordinators for stepping in to support the celebration, inshallah. My special thanks go to the Women's Week Planning Committee members led by Alaja Omowumi George for all the hard work you put in daily. I do not think it would have been possible to achieve the success recorded without each and every one of us. We are now reward you the planning committee for this year's annual Women's Week. I'm also grateful for the effort of the past and current Women Affairs Secretaries, and wish to thank all the zonal Women Affairs Secretaries and the branch Women Affairs Secretaries across the locations of NASFAT. You made this Women's Week reach milestone with your hard work. Big thank you to all of you. May Allah reward you and bless you abundantly, inshallah. A huge congregation we honestly appreciate your effort, inshallah. I wish to also thank my colleagues in NEC, led by our president, vibrant and committed Laji Mufini Oladi Yusuf. I thank you all for your support. I would like to express appreciation to the Chief Missioner, Imam Abdul Aziz Onike, and the Mission Board for the invaluable support to our programs and activities of women. My gratitude goes to those who have donated and those who will also donate generously towards our project. I would like to conclude by thanking the leadership of organs and general membership of NASFAT once again for their support. I sincerely thank all our dignitaries who have traveled long distances to honor our invitation. I would like to thank all the leadership of the zones and branches for the support given to our women to run their programs. I urge all that are present here and others that have been favored by Allah with provisions to support the Phase 1 NASFAT Mother and Child Hospital being promoted by the women of NASFAT. to make project we no doubt integrate well and will move us closer to accomplishment of the health part of the health agenda of the present day. May you be rewarded abundantly for your sacrifices and gestures, inshallah. I want to quickly talk about the project for this year's annual Women's Day celebration. Like I read in my address, the health, which we are all aware of, health, education, livelihood, and dawah is the agenda of the present day. And the society believes that women of Alijana, women of Nasfat, can take up that challenge of providing funds for the hospital. So therefore, my sisters, women of Alijana in the house, this is a challenge, a big task for all of us. But I don't see it as a challenge. I see it as a task that we can accomplish, inshallah. We have always done it, and inshallah we're going to do it very well. Women of Alijana, please rise up and say, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Nasifati yìí tí gbogbo wa ní, ó máa ń bọ́ ló bàjẹ́, torí kò sí òmíràn tí a yọ.
Àjò lè dàbí ilé, ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan, ó wáyà gègé. Nasifati tí a wà, ibi ire ló gbé wa dé. Nasifati tí a wà, ibi ire ló gbé wa dé. Ibi ire ló gbé wa dé. Ẹwà níyàn wa. Ibi ire ló gbé wa dé. Ẹwà níyàn wa o. Nasifati tí a wà, ibi ire ló gbé wa dé. Nasifati tí a wà, ibi ire ló púpọ̀ láti Nasifati tí a wà o. Ibi ire ló gbé wa dé o. Ẹ̀wọ̀ bí tó gbé wa dé. Ẹwà níyàn wa. Ẹ̀wọ̀ bí tó gbé wa dé. Ẹwà níyàn wa o. Nasifati tí a wà, ibi ire ló gbé wa dé. Ya Latifu, Ya Allah, Ya Rasaku, Ya Allah, Ya Sataru, Ya Allahu, Ya Wadudu, Ya Allah. Sallu ala nabiyil kareem.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Mashallah, we could run live without wasting much of our time. We say special thanks to you all. So right now I have the honor and the privilege to introduce the chairman of today's occasion, in person of Alhaji Nureni Adebayo Akobi JP. He is ably represented by our father, Alhaji Abiodun Sanusi Tekirullah. Ẹjọ́ ẹbá mi bọ́lọ̀ sórí fún Alhaji Sanusi, ẹjẹ́ kí ẹ má bá mi mú ọwọ́ bọ̀ wá ní iwájú bí. Alhaji Sanusi, please. Mashallah. Ushers, please. Alhaji Sanusi, thank you very much for coming. We might tell us sector your strength as an act of Ibadah. We appreciate your presence. Ashimaki, Nadata, qualifying, all the way from Ibadan. He is representing Alhaji Chief Nureni Adebayo Akobi. He's the chairman of today's occasion. Right now, at the same time, please, I want to recognize and appreciate the presence of Elijah Colonel Asanat Sanusi, retired. Elijah Asanat Sanusi, thank you very much for coming, please. Ejoba Mimo Elijah Colonel Sanusi Wasi Iwajumbi. May Almighty Allah continue to be with you, man. Thank you very much for coming. Now, without wasting our time at all, Elijah Sanusi Eshebonyo, may Allah bless you, may Allah accept all you do. We appreciate your presence. without wasting our time, we want to move to the next item of the agenda. And that is the welcome address by the chairman of today's occasion. And that is going to be done by the chairman. I just mentioned his name. He's a prominent member of the PDP and is the chairman Elders Forum Ibadan Land. He is from the Ibaoluyole family, the biggest family, like he said, in the whole of the southwestern region. So, with a loud noise of Allahu Akbar, I want us to welcome, because he is ably represented by Alhaji Abiodun Sanusi. Alhaji Abiodun Sanusi, please come forward to give the chairperson speech. Thank you very much, sir. Tech chairman, yes, tech beer. Chairman of Ibadan, Ìbàdàn tí ẹ owó láti ìṣòge ẹni tí olówó kò lè gbé
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to stand on all of you. Say a big thank you to NASFAT this week for giving us this opportunity to come and support this rubber drive. Because I wish to say a big thank you to members of this group that once again. This is more or less like what we need after this such happening all strength of Nigeria. I think there will be greater efforts towards survival after the COVID period. In addition, I don't have too much to say. I think we have a lot to say so much when you are here. We want us to be sure that anytime we need something, we will gladly give us support towards this drive, especially the other crowd that is being proposed. With this, we have a long discussion that shows so much interest towards that. I will allow the program to go on so that others can have reasons to make their suggestions and support. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to come to this occasion and giving our support. May Allah reward all of us as we do this dawah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for that very short speech. May Almighty Allah accept your stride.
That was the chairman's opening remark.
The tech team, I don't know, is the chairman's voice note is it ready? The tech team. Now, I have the honor and the privilege to introduce one of our guests, our beautiful mother, Alhaja Monsurat Bankole, the Yadini of Egbaland. Alhaja Monsurat Bankole, please.
Is ably represented here by our mother, Mrs. Adeboye.
Adeboye.
Yes.
Tekbir. Àwọn ará ìdáṣọ́ wà ń bí náà. Ẹ máa lé ibẹ̀ lọ́la tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọmọ ẹgbà wọ́n máa lé bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ má gbàgbà pàtí rẹ̀ jókòó. A sì máa padà wá. Inshallah. Thank you very much.
To recognize the zonal chairman Lati Oyo Zone, Alhaji Bayo Aziz. And we also want to recognize the Executive Secretary of NASFAT. This is the first Women Affairs Week you will be experiencing with us. The president of our brother, Alhaji Abdurrahman Adoge. You're welcome, sir. Alhamdulillah. Now we'll be moving straight to the office of the president of NASFAT to deliver his own address. The president of our father, Alhaji Olani Momeni Yusuf, NASFAT president.
Then I would have loved to sing, but I don't know if the president actually likes singing.
Oh, need to, everybody.
Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Ṣé mo lè tọrọ 5 minutes lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin ìyá wa? Fún mi ní attention yín for 5 minutes. Tébù tó wà níwájú mi. Tébù tó wà directly níwájú mi yìí, ẹ fún mi ní attention yín for 5 minutes. And we stop the food distribution, please. Can you please stop the food distribution? Thank you. I checked the agenda, and there's no small chops at Club on there. The guy in white, must I speak in French? Put on demo. Our meeting too, so I'm a later. Thanks. But I think it's important that we ask people to come and talk to us, and we should honor them by listening to them. I really wasn't particularly happy at the way we chose not to listen to the chairman or his representative. So Alhaji Sanusi, I apologize for that act, and it's really not in our tradition not to honor our guests and not to listen to our leaders. Let me also stand on the existing protocols. My speech is on page 14 of the program of events. So we'll take that speech as written. We'll take that speech as read. I especially welcome all the dignitaries who have come from far and wide, starting with the chairperson, ably represented, and also our women who are here, and especially my sister Leila Oki. Good to see you again. I also welcome the recognize the presence of the Chief Missioner and the Deputy Chief Missioner and our father, Architect Akiode, who has been working tirelessly to ensure that our NASFAT National Mosque at Asheshe is the reality. I also would like to recognize the presence of many of my colleagues on the National Executive Council, former NEC members here present, and also the current one. Our leadership from the zone, I see my brother Aboya Aziz from Ibadan, and I see Sheriff Akifelu from Zone 1, and I think all Lawoyin from Oban, and a few other zonal chairmen. Thank you for your support for women. I thank all members of our various organs, starting from the youth wing, And I choose to start from the youth wing because the youth represents our future. So I thank members of the youth wing, the women wing, and the BOT and the Zonal Council of Elders. I also would like to especially thank Alaja Morufa Mogumi George, my sister, who is the coordinator of this Women's Week, and supported by the 3 other coordinators, as listed by Alaja Bukulote. I would like to apologize for all those who I should have mentioned your name, but wearing of face mask hinders our ability to recognize faces. And like they also say to us, we should what's it called, lower our gaze. Okay, and I'm being represented by that. We also have the First Lady of Lagos, who is ably represented by Mrs. Akewu Shola. You're welcome, ma'am. And also my sister, the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Alaja Inomot, is also ably represented by Alaja Miriam Oloko. So like I said, there are many other persons I ought to represent, I ought to recognize, but face mask, apart from Alaja Babalola, who is not wearing a face mask. Alaja Babalola, please wear your face mask. I've been told that I need to make sure everybody wears face mask. We need to wear our face mask, and face mask hinders our for export. So my message is short, really, just to thank all our women for all that you do. You represent 70% of their salary, and so you are the backbone, you are the foundation on which their salary resides. And I would like to thank all those who have specially traveled from various locations to come here today. 2020 has been a challenging year, one of a kind. And I pray Allah will reward you for all that you've done this year, right from the COVID-19 relief packages to the Ramadan, Eid, and now to Women's Week support. Beyond what's in the written speech, I have just 5 messages for today. The first message is that we need to do more as a society and as women to involve and include the young ladies, the young adult professionals. I attended a few of the evening webinar, and as I commented to Alaja George, I particularly liked the facilitation that was done by Rashida and also by Alaja Fauzia. And what that shows to me is that we have a crop of youth or young adult ladies that we can bring to the fore. So let me challenge our mothers that our role in the next 25 years of NASFAT, so we've done the first 25 years, our role for the next 25 years is to identify and mentor the young women, so that while we are alive, we should see them doing things greater than us in NASFAT. That for me will be the joy. So my first message is that we need to deliberately seek out the young women. When the society was formed 25 years ago, the chairman BOT was 45 years, because we celebrated the 70 years of recent. So which means his wife was in the 40s, which means many of our women back then were below 40s. So we need to go out and deliberately find the women below 40 who will represent the future of society. And whilst we, the adults, so I can count myself now as an adult, right? And whilst we, the adults, are alive, we now mentor them, we grow them, and to be our joy to see them providing good leadership whilst we are still alive to coach and counsel them. So that's my first message. I would like that when we do the Women's Week next year, half of the hall is made up of young ladies below 40 years, our children. You know, it saddens me that our elders, our children don't follow us to Asalatu. So we need to deliberately break that and ensure they come to Asalatu. So that's my first message. My second message is linked with the theme. The theme is striving despite the crisis of pandemic. And like Allah says in the Holy Quran, that's what Allah has promised. There will be hardship, but verily after every hardship, there will be ease. Allah is as-salam, is the Lord of peace. And Allah has promised all his believers. So after every hardship, there will be ease. So it's important that as Muslims, we position ourselves for the ease that will come after this year. And may Allah grant all of us long life and good health to be able to benefit from the ease that will surely come after this challenging year. So let's all prepare for that ease. Nothing good lasts forever, and nothing bad lasts forever. Inshallah, next year will be a better year, and I pray to manifest for each and every one of us. My third message is that the society started as a prayer group. We started as an Asalatu group, but the society is more than an Asalatu group now. And so we all need to recognize that NASFAT is now more than a prayer group. NASFAT is a Dawah group. NASFAT is a proprietor of educational institutions, and NASFAT is an owner of hospitals. And so one is supportive of the mother and child hospital to be built by our women. And so it's important that we all recognize that we started as Asalatu, or Ọlọ́run ti gbé wa jù àti mú nǹkan míì mọ́ Asalatu. So it's Asalatu plus education, plus Dawah, plus medical, plus livelihood empowerment, and many other things. And we're also now doing Dawah through both physical and digital means. So I ask our women to please join me. I ask that you please join many of our Dawah programs that we are doing. There will be another Dawah program that we'll do this December, one at Fountain University, and the other one in Kaduna. So ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣe ní Sunday Asalatu nìkan. Programs that ṣe ó pọ̀ ju Asalatu lọ. So register fún àwọn tó wà ní South, ká register fún Dawah tá a fẹ́ ṣe ní December ní Òṣogbo ní Fountain. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà ní North, ká register fún Dawah training tá a fẹ́ ṣe ní December ní Kaduna. Ọlọ́run kó ṣe ní ọ̀run fún wa. So that's my third message. The first message is that we need to deliberately include a new generation of young adult professional women. The second one is that we should prepare ourselves to take advantage of the ease and of the turnaround from the pandemic situation that inshallah will happen next year. The third message is that society is more than a prayer group, and we all need to be part of the Dawah, educational, health, and other programs that society is doing. My fourth message, number 4 message, is that society today is now focused on health, education, livelihood, and Dawah. And Tabashi will be able to deliver on the mission and mandate of NASFAT. So in our branches, let each and every one of us have a program focused on health, education, livelihood, and dawah. My fifth and last message is that we have 2 national projects. And it doesn't matter what we do at our branches or groups. We all need to be part of those 2 national projects. The first one is our Fountain University at Oshogo, and the second is the National Mosque at Asheshe. For the National Mosque at Asheshe, we need between December 1 and December 29th or 30th, we need about 25 million naira. And so what the NEC has decided is that 25 million, but inshallah from next year, every member of the society, ẹni tó bá pèrè ní ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ NASFAT ní 2021 Ọlọ́run kó dá wa sí kó fún wa lẹ́mìí gígùn àti àlàáfíà. Every member of NASFAT ó máa ní iye tó máa contribute every month for the 12 months in the year. Just 1 year, 2021 nìkan la fẹ́ fi gbà. In 2021, every member in every branch, in every zone, in every group of the society will decide a monthly contribution towards Asheshe. Awu àpéká parí Asheshe débi tàlẹ́tì kí láti máa ṣe Tajud ní 2022. Ramadan of 2022 will happen within Q1. So we want to use the whole of next year to get that mosque up to a good stage. Atiba Zonal Chairman wa sọ̀rọ̀, and by January, la máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ monthly levy towards Asheshe. So mo ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ìyá wa pé ká fi December fún ọjà wa, Ọlọ́run kó ṣe ní ìrọ̀rùn fún wa. Next year, each person will have a monthly levy towards funding, Asheshe Mosque. So those are my 5 messages. So what is left is to ask us to please listen attentively to the lecturer of today. We have with us the provost of the Adeniran Ogunsanya College of Education, Professor Balkis Lafiaji Okuneye, who will speak to us on the theme of the Women's Week, thriving despite the pandemic. And I'm sure we all benefit from our lecture. We also have with us today, and I recognize her, our chairperson from the Women Folks, Alaja Laraba Ibrahim. You're welcome, ma'am. And I pray that Allah accept this for each and every one of us. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun.
Wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Takbir. Yes, that was the voice of our president, Alhaj Mini Yusuf. May Almighty Allah continue to be with you. May Almighty Allah accept all your strikes as an act of ibadah. Thank you very much, sir. I like that Weber Kukolati. Please let me say this. Since I'm president, Yoruba, but we went with this year, walk away. In fact, also for me now, bachelor lectures, walk away, program. Thank you very much for your support. So that's to show that it was actually following all the programs, and then he even went cultural at some point. Thank you, sir. And I want to pick on the first message that it has delivered. He apparently said he wants to see the youth wing being part and parcel of this event coming next time, inshallah, because that's live. And I want to say, I am a representative of the youth wing. And so from all your presentations, I actually pitched that. And inshallah, because that's live with the help of our mothers, that is going to be done, mashallah. And so, thank you, sir. for noting that. While the president was speaking to us, we have a special guest of honor around. That is Honorable Justice Tony Oyekon Abdullah. He is ably represented by Barrister Shakirat Bankole. Barrister Shakira Bankole, please.
Please stand up for recognition.
Mashallah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay. We also have Alaja Moinot Idowu Yusuf. That's the first lady, the wife of the president and National Party Society. Alaja, yes, Alaja Moinot Idowu. Yes, I said the wife of the president. Apologies, please. The wife of the president. Please stand up for the information, ma'am. Mashallah. So, right now,
also, please, we would quickly like to take this. This is a group recognition. We have coordinators this year for the Women's Week, and that's been on since year 2000. We've been having coordinators for these events. Please, all the past coordinators of the Women's Week that are here, we will appreciate if you could all stand up for recognition. All the past coordinators. Aha. I did mention earlier, some coordinators you are sharing success the event you are okay. Látòrí bọ́n ṣe máa wọlé lọ bá gbogbo àwọn alága gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó máa wà mọ́ wọn lọ́rùn pé gbọ́dọ̀ wá. Wọ́n lè fún wa lówó ọlọ́pọ̀dàpọ̀ kó bá wa san yín lẹ́san. Àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ wa ń bí àti gbogbo àwọn tí ò sí ń bí jazakumullahu khairal jaza. We will always recognize and appreciate your efforts. May Allah show the appreciation better than we have done. Ẹ bá wọn ṣàmì ẹ̀dá kan. La hawla. A fẹ́ lọ sórí lecture.
Ibi àwíládé ọ̀rọ̀ kò ṣe. Ibi àwíládé ọ̀rọ̀ kò ṣe. Bí ara wa ṣe balẹ̀ yẹn náà bó ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ ká fara balẹ̀ dáadáa nígbà tí lecture bá ń lọ.
Yes.
And we are so lucky to have a very beautiful mother around. The guest lecturer for today's program. She's an ambassador. She's beautiful inside out, as you can see. She's a pride to Islam. She is the provost of Adeniran Ogunsoya College of Education, Oto Ijaniki. She was born in Surulere, Lagos State, from the Lafia and Igila dynasties. She had a tertiary education. She started a tertiary education with diploma. Then she had a first degree in physical and health education from Lagos State University in 1995. She came top of her class that year, and that earned her a graduate assistantship position in the Department of Physical and Health Education in Lagos State University. That means she's a record breaker. She had a master's at LASU, a PhD at the University of Ibadan. She has served in various capacities, among which are the Dean Student Affairs, the Sub-Dean, Chairman of various committees. She was the Editor-in-Chief, Educational Perspective, the official journal of Faculty of Education, Lagos State University. She is currently the Provost of Adeniran Ogunsoya College of Education, Oto Ijaniki. It is going to interest you to know that she's not just a professor. She's not just a professional in academics. I'm trying to avoid the name, I have to say it at this point. Professor Lambiaji is an international handball player. She has represented her dear country, Nigeria, in many championship and competitions outside the country, including Sweden and France. She's an ambassador of the Girl Child Education, a member of many professional bodies, like International Council of Health. She has co-authored books, contributed chapters, and published in over 50 journals, both locally and internationally. She has presented papers as a keynote speaker and lead paper presenter. Professor is happily married to Professor Rafi Walaoluwa Okuneye and their blessed children. Ladies and gentlemen, fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, I present to you the guest lecturer for today's program, Professor Lafiaji Okuneye DMB Valkis, PhD. Thank you.
I'm blushing. That actually brought tears to my eyes because it is not my own power. It is to the glory of God. While she was reading that out, it just took me, I took some reminiscence as to how I started. I won't waste your time. I'll still go back to it, but it's good I say it so that some of us can be encouraged by my own story. I would say that I'm a street girl. When I say street girl, I grew up in the streets. What do I mean by that? I was a sports girl, and I was practically staying outside the home. I cannot count the number of days I spent at home. I was usually at Road Park. We all know Road Park. Yeah, that's where I spend most of my week period. I go out in the morning, return back at home at night. You know, we were doing all that time, not knowing where God will take us to. I used to trek from LSDP Estate. Some of you may know the place. In front of SOS. LSDP Estate is also in front of SOS. I will trek from that place to Yaba every day because I want to do sport. Because my mother will not allow me to do sport and I want to do it. So rather than go to her to ask for transport fare, I will just take the walk. I'll walk to Road Park and I'll walk back. After a while, she got tired and she allowed me. So, and that actually propelled my interest in physical and health education. Some of us will say, Aji Sherepa, Amamaji Sare Ido, Tombology, thank you very much. But we thank God that what God will do, He will do. Whatever He will do, He will do. So this can actually serve as a kind of motivation. For some of us who think that there are certain courses that our children should not do. Not at all. Allow them. Let them go for their passion. Let them do what they love to do, not what they are forced to do. Fine, some of us we want to become mama lawyer, mama doctor, mama this, mama that. But I've not seen anyone who wishes to be mama teacher. But I'm glad to be a teacher. And forever I will be, I'm proud to be a teacher. And I wish that one of my children will also be a teacher, a celebrated one for that matter. So it is what we wish for ourselves. Allow our children to do what they wish, what they have passion in doing. Perhaps the passion I have for sport is what propelled me to where I am today. So I will start now. I didn't start with Auzubillahi. I'm sorry. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am not an ulama. I'm going to mix my lecture with English, Yoruba, to spice it up so that it doesn't appear boring, it doesn't appear too tiring. I don't want people to sleep. I am not an ulama. I may not be able to buttress whatever I'm going to say with some Quranic session, but I will try. I will try as much as possible to do what you have asked me to do. You have asked me to speak on the striving, the Muslimah striving and thriving during the pandemic. Inshallah, we are in the post-pandemic period. Do you believe that? Inshallah, we are in the post-pandemic period. We are no longer in the pandemic period. Inshallah. Though some persons have projected that there is going to be a spike, that we are going to witness another round of. But inshallah, we are going to get more. We are going to get more fact about this ravaging thing, and Allah is going to solve the problem for us. The problem just started. the chairman of the women, the secretary, the national secretary of women, said the pandemic is unprecedented, unplanned, unanticipated, unexpected. None of us actually prepared for it. When we started in January, we never thought that by March we'll all be at home. Nobody ever thought about it. When they were even asking us, we are going to shut down, some of us did not believe. We thought that in the next couple of weeks, we'll be asked to come out again. And people did not actually shop up. Even when you want to shop up, where is the money? Because it was unanticipated. We didn't show up money somewhere to keep somewhere to be able to buy things while we are being shut down. And so it met us hands down. We were not expecting it. And a lot of homes were starved. A lot of homes. And women, I tell you, were the most hit. Do you agree with me? Women were the most hit of all these issues. You also agree with me? And by research, majority of homes are run by women. By research, I'm not talking about facial thing. By research that have been conducted, most women are the breadwinners of the home. And so when it came suddenly, there will be frustration. A lot of women were frustrated. A lot. You know, that one, however, ti jáde tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n bá ti wọlé dáàdì ẹ̀ káàbọ̀, kílẹ̀ jẹ, iye tán bá rí múlẹ̀, àgbìyànjú àfisí. Èlò náà lè múlẹ̀ tó lè tó wà òbí náà. Èlò náà lè múlẹ̀. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin bàbá wa o. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin bàbá wa o. Kò sí iye tó lè múlẹ̀. Tí wọ́n bá jẹ́ mílíọ̀nìà, ṣẹ̀mọ̀. Tí àwọn ọkọ wa bá jẹ́ mílíọ̀nìà, tá dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbé taste mílíọ̀nìà fún wọn, à ń náwó ju iná fún wa lọ. Do you agree with me? Bí wọ́n jẹ́ mílíọ̀nìà, kí wọ́n máa fowó pa lálẹ́ every day. Women ordinarily were sure because inú dúdú ló móríyá. When you give a woman good money, I tell you, all she requires is attention. Just give her attention. Alájà, kí lẹ wá ṣe sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn? Kí ẹ má ti ẹsẹ̀ ọbẹ̀ ẹja. Ọbẹ̀ ẹja alájà náà, alájà ẹ má bínú, tó bá tún di ọ̀tún làbóyà àsìkò kí. When the woman is given attention and she's actually praised for whatever she does, oh, you get all her loyalty. You can go to sleep. That's a woman for you. That is all you need from her. But when they do it and you don't appreciate it, there will be war in that house. In fact, that's the truth. Because they want to be praised, they want to be acknowledged. Even when they are more than one, they want to be acknowledged. Oh, you have done it well. Oh, my wife, you are beautiful today. Look at the way you are radiating. Women need that. And those are the little things that women need. But the issue of pandemic actually brought all that down. I also tell you that by research, there were lots of violence, cases of violence during the pandemic. You know, therefore, see finish. You know, we were not used to seeing them all the time now. They will go out in the morning and return at night. But during the lockdown, nobody was going anywhere. And so we are seeing ourselves finish. Finish, nothing again. And so you sit at home, you play Ludo, you read Quran. After a while, you get tired. Daddy will say, I think the one that they do, you know, you know, there are lots of violence, but women are still the homemaker. If you see any home that is thriving, if you see any home that is successful, that is fruitful, a woman is the ambigger of such successes. I tell you. I'm sorry, Babawa, Emma Bino. You see, when I'm in the midst of women, I'm always very happy. Because I'm proud to be a woman. When I come to this world over and over again, I want to be a woman. I don't want to be a man. I'm sorry, sir. So a woman needs a lot of patience. While the man was, the man who did the spiritual diet, he mentioned something about the shadow pandemic. And what do we mean shadow pandemic? Shadow pandemic means that however you place your health is the way you see it. That's shadow. You know, they say your shadow is what you are. And so however you do your health during this pandemic period is the way you meet it. You must take responsibility for your health. They are saying use face mask. It is not for me, it is for yourself. They are saying wash your hands. It is not for anyone, but for yourself. They are saying use sanitizer. All of these protocols are for ourselves. They are not for any other person, but for ourselves. Take it that you are here and you did a handshake, you did something untoward, and you get back home and you are infecting your family. You can imagine how it sounds. So a woman should be the homemaker. A woman should be the one that will hold the home, that whatever is coming as an external force into that home, the woman is the one who will stand. Let me also give you the biological explanation to that. Who is the weaker sex? Women. And I tell you from biological point of view, women are the stronger sex, not the weaker sex. You know your XX and XY chromosomes, okay? The XX chromosome survives more than the XY. For motility, the X chromosome swings faster than the Y. That's on the biological aspect. Now I want to talk on the physical aspect. I go to the office the same time my husband does. We both go to the office in the morning. We return at 4 o'clock. After returning from work, where do I go to? I enter the kitchen. I may not leave that kitchen until 9 o'clock. Thank you. After all done, said and done, everyone will return to bed. Meanwhile, Daddy has been doing what? Daddy is already in the bed reading newspaper or doing something else. We went to the office together. We did the same work. Oh. Now he retires. By 12 o'clock, you are just laying down on the bed. And you still want to perform your conjugal duty. By 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you stand up again for tahajjud. You do tahajjud 1 hour, you return back to sleep. By 4 o'clock, you are getting up again. All this while, Daddy is what? Who is the stronger sex? Women is the stronger sex. Because men, they enjoy themselves. They are our oldest baby in the house. Let me paint another scenario. A woman may be having childbirth pain and no one in the neighborhood knows. She does not want anybody to know. Just carry my box, pass the backyard, make sure no one knows, make sure you do this, make sure and they take it, and she holds the threshold. Because women have higher threshold for pain than men. And so she holds the pain and she goes through the backyard, anyhow, she gets to the hospital before she brings out the baby. But let a man have stomachache. Let your husband have stomachache at home. The entire household will get up. Am I lying? Thank you very much. So, women, we are the stronger sex. Do not let us relegate ourselves. Going after pandemic, the post-pandemic thing, which is the major thing that we're going to listen to. First and foremost, the woman is the one who does everything in the house. You know, during this period, there are opportunities for women to do homeschooling. What we call homeschooling, learning on the lab. I don't know if any of you have had that before. That instead of our younger women, young mothers, who are sit-at-home mothers, instead, and they have gone to school, they've actually gone to the university. Some of them have actually studied education. So instead of them sitting at home, they can teach their children from home. And they take common entrance, they take school start, they can do that for their children. Instead of entirely sitting at home and doing nothing. And that's what they call homeschooling. And this pandemic has afforded them the opportunity to be able to do that very well. So we can tell our mothers, our young mothers, who are maybe have not gotten job somewhere or who are also online business. Online business is also thriving, and you agree with me. Online business is thriving. So why would women not go into online business rather than give excuses that the pandemic has showed us pepe? The pandemic also made a lot of people lose their jobs. We are in the era that certificate is no longer, how would I say, enough. Certificate is no longer enough. A lot of teachers, especially private school teachers, lost their jobs during the pandemic. And an average organizer, an average tailor, an average food seller was thriving. And those who have certificates were suffering. The essence of it is that this is a new normal. We should go beyond having certificates. We must learn vocation. We must learn vocation. But the actual fact about it is that we should not learn vocations along with studying. Don't encourage your children to do it with studying. One will suffer for one. That's obvious. Let them finish their school SAT. After their school SAT, while waiting, a lot of us, our children will take their school SAT, we take JAMB at the same time, we take LECO, we take GCE at the same time. Where are we rushing to? When did we enter university? When did we enter secondary school? A lot of us here in our generation did not finish secondary school until at the age of 18. But we are the ones who want our children to finish secondary school at the age of 18. What do you get from that? Nothing. It's just to make your car. 16 years, I'm going to marry secondary school. You will pay me that. What do you want to get from that? If you rush there. What man? Why do you do balancing things? That's why you do balancing things. If you rush there at a time, there will be a boom. If you are traveling in the course of life and there is no bomb along your ways, then check yourself. There will be bombs. Those bombs are meant to checkmate you, to let you know there is free will. You are not in control of your life. And so as women, we should always know this and allow things to go the way it should go. Maturity goes with learning. It's not just putting the thing inside your brain and reading it out. You are reading that when we were in secondary school, there were certain concepts in biology that we never understood. And we go to university. We didn't understand them. But when we go to the university, I go, oh, how about doing physics? Do you remember pinhole camera? Pinhole camera. Like they put us under one, like they will cover us with cloth. And then look into that thing, you will see something. Some of us did not see anything. But we say, yes, it's like it's a lie. It was until we got to the university that we knew, oh, this is what they mean by pinhole camera. And all these chemical bonding. We didn't realize what they were. So maturity goes a long way with learning. Of course. Now, during the pandemic, there was family bonding. Adequate family bonding. And so that family bonding that we enjoyed during the pandemic, who says it should fade away? It shouldn't fade away. A lot of us got to know our children more during the pandemic. Because we usually live go 5 o'clock, we are back 9 o'clock. We do not know our children. It was the pandemic that afforded the opportunity to be able to know our children. Why do we watch it as joy? So why do we watch it? Because a lot of them were in the hostels. It is when they returned that pandemic afforded that opportunity. After the pandemic, after they have returned back to school, how many of us have checked on them again? The family bonding should continue. You see, iṣẹ́ ìjọba ìyàn kì í ṣe tán. Create time for your family. When you leave that work, you will return back to that family that you have abandoned. Leave out a day, heaven will not fall. If you leave out a day to check up on your children, heaven will not fall. The office will not go away. Let's leave out time for family bonding. Some of us will never go for leave, annual leave. Iṣẹ́ ọ́fíìsì, mi ò lè má ṣe ọ́fíìsì o, mi ò lè má ṣe ọ́fíìsì o. You can't spend more than 2 days if you are not there. You will be replaced. You will be replaced. So why not take care of that family as women? Do not let us compete with our men. They have the whole time, they have the luxury. But so why not let us create time for our children so that we will not be blamed? But I put it to you today that the say Baba ni ohun ìwọ ìyá náà wà o. That's the truth. Tó bá rò bí aṣọ́bìnrin àkọ́kù ti sọ, èmi lọmọ mi gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́rọ̀ sí lẹ́nu because ìgbà tó ń pè lọ́dọ̀ Ànábì sàlá pé tani kò respect ìyá ẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n tún bèrè lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìyá ẹ̀ tún ni. Wọ́n tún bèrè lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìyá ẹ̀ ni. Until the 4th or 5th time, they bàbá ẹ̀. That does not mean we should not also respect our husbands. It is whatever we show our children that our children will learn from to respect their fathers. So tí àlùjọ náà wọ́n bá wà ní ìgbèrísẹ̀ àlùjọ náà tiẹ̀ náà ìgbèrísẹ̀ ọkọ ẹ̀ ló wà o. Then again, talent discovery. A lot of us discovered that we have other talents apart from office work during the pandemic. Begin to build on that talent. It's never too late. Who says you cannot use that talent as retirement plan? Rather than think that, oh, when I retire, I'm going to go into agriculture. Whatever you want to retire onto, begin it now. If not, you will only be making money for some people. There's no trade that you don't need to learn. No trade. Ordinary plant are sweet. You need to learn how to sell it. You need to learn it. So begin to learn what you retire on. Then we must also develop trust and understanding. This is also a time to reevaluate yourself and reassess your goals. The goals that you have set for yourself. Some of us had goals for 2020, but unfortunately, some of these goals could not be realized. But we can set another one. And then by 2021, 2022, some of these goals could be realized. They've given me time. I usually lose balance when they give time for me. I like to sing a song anytime I go for this kind of program. And the song is for encouragement for most of our women. Because as women, God has, we are the most favored of all God's creation. We are the most favored. Is there a chapter in the Quran that was dedicated to men? Aha. But I know there was one that was dedicated to women. Abi? Okay. So, women, we are the most favored of the creator of Allah. And because of that, I love this song by Busola Eleyele, that anytime I am down as a woman, that's the song I sing. And it lifts my spirit each time I sing. What's the song? Obìnrin ni mí, mo pé ọlá. Obìnrin ni mí, má rìn má ṣoge. Má rìn bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ẹni ẹ̀gbẹ́ ń dùn, má tún ṣapá gẹ́gẹ́. Èmi lolùrànlọ́wọ́ ọkọ èmi ni. Èmi láńgẹ́lì ọmọ Elédùmarè ló mọ̀ mí. Èmi nìyá kó wá ẹgbẹ́ mi. Mo fi gbogbo ara ṣẹwà ẹlẹ́dàá mo dúpẹ́. Kò sáṣìṣe níṣẹ́ náà mi ẹ bá mi yọ̀. However I've said it, whatever I've said today, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never use it against me on the day of Al-Qiyamah. Thank you very much.
That was our mother, Professor Balkis Bidemi Láfíà Jíòkúnlẹ̀. Professor, ìyàwó Professor. tó bá ṣe pé bí wọ́n ṣe sọ̀kalẹ̀ lẹ́kítọ̀ ọmọ àbájáwákà yìí ni ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ. I have had the opportunity of listening on 2 different occasions before this, and I know very well she doesn't finish her lecture without this. Last time, Lọ́dún Kọjá, one of the days during the week, she was our speaker. Yes, less tension. Wọ́n wà mẹ́jọ náà. Professor Báyíwá, ṣé Professor Wálé ni? Professor Dani. Yes. Last year, nígbà yẹn, kìí ṣe provost. Nobody sincerely identifies with NASFAT without getting rewarded. Yes. Torí pé jọ́ náà, a ṣe àdúrà fún yín, mo dẹ̀ rántí pa ká Alhamdulillah. A sì mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan bẹ lẹ́yìn náà yìí ń béèrè. Ọlọ́run ti wá ṣe. A tún wá pè yín lọ́dún ìyẹn tí wọ́n wá. Bá a ti pọ̀ tó nínú họ́ọ̀lù yìí, a jọ máa ka Suratul Fatiha fún wọn. But the intention lórí Suratul Fatiha yìí ni pé Professor Balkis is representing the Muslim women.
Wallahi, she's an ambassador.
As the provost of Adeniran Musaya College of Education, wọ́n máa rí Islam. Tọ́ bá ṣubú níbẹ̀, wọ́n á bú Islam kan tó bú wọn. Tọ́ bá ṣàṣeyọrí níbẹ̀, wọ́n á gbé ògo fún Islam kan tó gbogbo fún wọn. Suratul Fatiha àtẹ̀yìn àlùbáríkà fẹ́ ṣe fún Professor Wálé ni. A fi bẹ Ọlọ́run, wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nínú ọdún yìí náà ni. Ọlọ́run kó bá fún wọn láṣeyọrí ṣe. Ẹni wọn bá yín ṣàmì. Ọlọ́run kó bá fún wọn láṣeyọrí ṣe. Ẹni tó bá ṣe àmì ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta yìí, gbogbo bí tọ́mọ tiẹ̀ náà bá nínú ayé àṣàṣeyọrí. Professor ẹ̀yẹ kan tẹ́ ó kẹ́ máa dàníyàn lásìkò tàbá kí gbogbo wa ẹni tó bá wà ní tó jọ ọjọ́ náà tó rí láì pàtì tí ò bá mọ Suratul Fatiha kò ṣọmọ lẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́ onídẹ̀ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ onídẹ̀ẹ́ ti kì í sóòrò rẹ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ mọ Fatiha. So let us recite Suratul Fatiha collectively for our mother. May Almighty Allah continue to elevate her at her place of work. And may Allah grant her success in the new assignment. And Father, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Àmín. Chief Missioner sir, níjọ́ tí mo ti rìn láyé tí mo pàdé obìnrin tó gbà wípé polygamy àbí polygyny ọkùnrin fẹ́ ju ìyàwó kan lọ, that is a problem solving mechanism for Islam for women, and it is not a problem creating mechanism for women. Professor Diekan, wallahi tallahi, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ mo wà ń bẹ̀ ni wípé àbí tó bá ti lè mú wa ṣe bó ṣe yẹ ká ṣe pé ó yanjú problem fáwọn obìnrin. Ọlọ́run kó má ṣàbá wa san wọ́n ní ẹ̀san.
Àmín.
Ẹ ṣàmì o.
Àmín.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ẹ ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu Professor. Even if you don't mean it, show care at home. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Ó dàbí ò bá dénú yín. Show care ilé o, ẹni tí ò bá mọ́ lára kójú ó mọ̀ lára o. Wọ́n ní láti lè gbádùn àwọn obìnrin nìyẹn. Òtítọ́ ìbí ti mú ìyẹn lọlé. Ìyàwó mi àwọn arógun lé. Màá fẹ́ show care àpá.
Ó bẹ́tà. Yes. We are moving on. Like he has said, I want to appreciate our professor. You're an ambassador of Islam and we are proud of you. May Almighty Allah continue to uplift you on. Thank you very much for coming, for accepting our invitation. We appreciate you. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe sọ fún wa tẹ́lẹ̀, tí a bá ti ń rìnrìn àwa yìí náà rí pé a ti ń rìn àwọn obìnrin tí wọ́n ń jà àwọn ipò ńláńlá mú. Ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí wípé àwa náà lè ṣe rere. This is a point of contact to any one of us who have female children. Ẹ má wulẹ̀ banújẹ́, àwọn ọmọbìnrin tẹ́ bí yẹn wá gbé yín débi re, pẹ̀lú ògbó ọlọ́run wá ń ṣe rere, lágbára náà wá di ìgbà Mashallah Bikobratullah. And so we are moving on to the next item of the agenda. And before then, I want to recognize and appreciate the presence of the Health Secretary, Elijah Bakari.
Yes. We also have the chairman of New York group of NASFAT. The coordinator is here all the way from New York, Mr. Alhaji Miftah Wagboro. I recognize presence of our Swahili. We will take goodwill messages. And inshallah, this is not going to take much of our time. Where the schedule meji, inshallah. Mama Al-Barika tí wọ́n wà níbí, tó sì jẹ́ pé ìta torí ẹ̀ pé wọ́n wá, wọ́n fẹ́ mójútó. Wọ́n á bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ láti lè jẹ́ kí àwọn náà kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ wípé I recognize presence yín and I appreciate pé ẹ wà níbí báyìí.
So right now, please, I want to introduce the moderators for today's program, the ones who are holding the mic and call as coordination here today at the 21st National Annual Women's Week Grand Finale. My name is Kafayat Oyewo Oyelere, the National NASFAT Youth Amira. Everyone to be filming. Okay, ó dàgbé mi ò sí láìsí ẹ̀ dáadáa. Mo ní orúkọ mi èmi tí mo moderate lẹ́yìn tí mo ní microphone mú. Tí mo ní fẹ́ ní pé kí ètò èyí kó lè lọ dédé kó lè lọ dáadáa bá ṣe ṣe orúkọ tèmi ní Kàfáyà Oyèwọ̀ Oyèlérè. Èmi ni National Youth Amira. Ẹgbẹ́ ló ń tóbi fún mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ẹ ṣé. Ìmọ̀mù mi tí àwọn àjọ ń ṣe ètò tèmi. Àwọn náà ni ìmọ̀mù wa tí fẹ́ káwọn náà mẹ́fà youth wing ni wọ́n tún fi ẹsẹ̀ kejì jẹ́ mẹ́fà mission board ẹsẹ̀ kejì ni wọ́n fi wà ní mission board ẹsẹ̀ gbọ̀ngàn youth ni wọ́n. Àwọn náà ni ìmọ̀mù wa
Saheed Adekunle.
Allahu
I
Akbar.
am the lead missioner of NASFAT in Queen Outreach.
Allahu Akbar.
We'll take goodwill messages now.
Exactly.
The first one, inshallah, will be from our chairperson, the chairperson of today's occasion, our mother, Ajia Amida Laraba Ibrahim.
Yes, Alhaja Laraba Ibrahim is a businesswoman. She's a philanthropist. And like I said when I introduced her the first time, I said she's a pillar of support at NASFAT Etiasa branch. And she did not come to this program alone. She came with her wives and so many other people who have been supporting the cause of NASFAT. And with a loud noise of joy and a very strong takbir. Alhaja Laraba Ibrahim, the takbir Allah.
Sorry, I didn't know how to say anything that's not do anything. Inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The chairman of the occasion and distinguished members of the high table, the leadership of the host organization as chaired by my brothers and sisters in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We thank Allah for bringing us together this afternoon. This morning I put here, but it's afternoon now. Alhamdulillah.
And I'd like to thank the organizers of this event for inviting me to play a role at such an important program, which I am delighted to attend. Alhamdulillah. I commend the organizers for choosing the good theme for the event, thinking of how Muslim women can survive and thrive despite the pandemic is an effort in the right direction. I therefore agree fully Muslims, especially the women, to be more active in the start of their role in uplifting the flag of Islam. It gladdens to note that the women wing of Nasrullah Federal Society of Nigeria, under the leadership of my good sister, Suweibat Aduke Bukolati, I have been performing. Ajabola has been performing excellently in this initiative. Yet I must not fail to remind us of the need to do more to Islam and also support her in this direction. Our religion, which is in due need of support from all of us, may Allah make it very easy for us to serve Him through various means and to accept all our efforts from us, inshallah, in our worship. I must not fail to also acknowledge the support demonstrated by my sisters from my branch, our branch, Etiosa. I thank you all, my sisters, Aisha and Rasa, who happens to be my brother's wife, as well. I thank you so much. Aisha Fademi, Aisha Sanusi, Aisha Kadoso, Aisha Dawood, and all of you. I'm so grateful. Ọlọ́run kó san yín lẹ́san. Ọlọ́run kó san yín lẹ́san. Gbogbo àwọn obìnrin, gbogbo tá ẹ ṣe nígbà, gbogbo tá a ṣe àwọn ọmọ wa náà máa ń wá ká ìṣára náà. Gbogbo owó tá a ná, àná ra gbogbo ẹ̀, ọlọ́run àgbà o. Gbogbo àlọ́ sílé àṣẹ ìṣára náà. Ṣùgbọ́n àlẹ́rẹ́ ní kẹ́rẹ́bí ìsáìsì àmà ẹ̀sìn fún wàsálàmù àlùsọ̀lẹ̀. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin.
Kabirullah.
And Fatia, I want you to say Fatia, please. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah khair. That was our mother, the chairperson of today. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes.
The next person.
When I was recognizing the zonal coordinators, I mentioned a few. Mo tún fẹ́ gbìyànjú láti tún dárúkọ kí n lè jẹ́ kí gbogbo ìyàwó àtàwọn oníkàlẹ̀ mọ̀ pé a tún ní àwọn àlejò láàrin wa
And in my Niger zone, the zonal coordinator of women affairs in Niger zone, FCC, Osun, West Coast, that's Porto-Novo, Lagos zone 1, Kwara, Ekiti, Lagos zone 2, Kogi, South East, àti Ògùn, àti Èkìtì, gbogbo wọn ló wà níbí, Ọlọ́run bá lè kọ́lá, Abawa. Buhari náà wà ní àwọn ní South East, Ọlọ́run bá wa dúró tì, Ọlọ́run bá wa kàní bàtà fún yín, ọlọ́lá kúrọ́tà.
The next on the list of those that will be giving us the goodwill message is our mother, Alhaja Kudrat Awa Ibrahim. Alhaja Kudrat Awa Ibrahim has always been a staunch supporter of NASFAT, both the parent body and the women. The family, Awa Ibrahim family itself, is a very great supporter of NASFAT. Very recently, a gigantic wall at Halifax, a central mosque, a very big one, was commissioned at Fountain University, courtesy of this very wonderful family. Alaja Kudoro Awa Ibrahim, your goodwill message. In the next 2 minutes, we'll be listening to our mother.
Mashallah.
Yes.
Witnessing this program for years. I thank God for allowing me to witness this year, and will continue to witness it. Good days and good days. Congratulations, 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 my sister. Allah continue to guide every one of you. We protect you. We give you the wisdom and way to carry on the work of Almighty Allah. I pray to Almighty Allah, so this thing you are doing and all the women folks, including my very self, I pray to Almighty Allah to accept this for us and grant us a gender for them to all this. We should not be in vain for us. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
Jazakumullahu khairan. That was Alhaja Kudoro Awa Ibrahim. Please, before the announcement of who will be giving us the next goodwill message, they said a paper is being passed around our tables. Please, whenever it gets to your table, don't hold on to it. That is one of the NCDC requirements, that we put down our names, our information. Once you write your own name and the information required, please pass it to the next person. And once the table finishes, you pass it to the next table, please.
All right. Right now, I have the honor to call the representative of the Deputy Governor of your state, Alhaja Rekiat Ajao. Alhaja Rekiat Ajao, you're putting message.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I'm here to represent the wife of the Deputy Governor of your state, Professor Abdallah Ola Olaniyan, who is unavoidably absent from today's occasion. She initially thought she would be able to come, but unfortunately, she couldn't make it. So I've observed all the protocol. I'm being that I'm part and parcel of NASFAT for years. I want to say kudos to the organizer of this program. One wouldn't think it would be possible because of the pandemic. But if you see all the line-up program, all the webinar, the Zoom and all that, it's been a very fantastic program. I pray Almighty God will continue to increase everyone in knowledge. Equally, I want us to take note of one aspect which is very important. For the past years, we have been carrying out empowerment programs. I think there's a need for us to find a way of monitoring what our governments have been doing after the completion of these empowerment programs. Since we started every year, I know some people that have been coming every year, but they have never established any business. So just like maybe they feel it's a kind of jamboree or just to acquire knowledge, I think we need to take a step in that direction to see how they can benefit, not to just come and learn, but to make ends meet with it. We thank God for the great opportunity that Almighty Allah has endowed us with. For being alive, many are gone, but we are alive, we are happy, we are healthy. We thank God for everything, and we pray that successful years will be more interesting, will be full of more programs, will be more beneficial to all of us. And we thank the NEC for your support at all times. May Almighty Allah accept everything as ibadah for all of us and grant us Jannah Firdaus in the hereafter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for that wonderful speech. May Allah accept your service and brother. Thank you very much. Right now, let us stay calm. We want to take a goodwill message from someone so special to us, someone we appreciate her presence so much, someone who is so dear to our hearts. She's an ambassador of Islam and she's an ambassador of NASFAT. She's a beautiful mother. She has always been with us. She has always honored an invitation and she has done that again. She's beautiful. She's brilliant. She's wonderful. She's resourceful. She's versatile. She's energetic. She's wonderful. Let's go on to be now. Mashallah, my mothers are never tired. So, who am I talking about? That is not a person, but the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, who is being represented by a very beautiful mother, a sister, a lady, a righteous woman, a brilliant mother, who is also an ambassador of Islam, Elijah Mariam Onokpo, the Director of Education, Curriculum Development and Education, Ministry of Education of State. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, the beginning that has no end, the first and the last. I sincerely want to express my deep appreciation to Almighty Allah for His protection, for His guidance, for all the good things that He's doing in our life. I want to appreciate and congratulate the Women's Wing for the occasion of the 21st anniversary today. I sincerely want to appreciate the Chief Missioner, our father, and humility personified for his simplicity and his role in leading the spiritual aspect of NASFAT. I equally want to appreciate the chairman, the national president, our own brother, Alhaji Nilu. We are equally appreciated. I want to appreciate all the missionaries, especially the missionary of my branch, Ijebu Odesu, Alhaji Imam, Abdulatif, Bello. We are most appreciated. I equally want to appreciate all the representatives of the First Ladies, the chairman of today's occasion, our chairperson, and the national women leader as well. I want to stand on the existing protocol. Our mother, the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Mrs. Moimot Salako Oludele, would have been here, she would have loved to be here, but due to exigencies of duty. But because of her love for Islam, because of the devout Muslim, she has asked me to represent her in this occasion. We are celebrating our women, and we all know the role of men in the household. I only want to charge our women to make sure that what we are doing today lives beyond us. And how do we do that? We do that by encouraging our young ones, our children, to celebrate the day with us. And again, as women, we should be role models in our respective households. We have seen cases where we have our young girls married Christians. What we have contributed to this is because maybe we are not catching our children young. I want to advise, I'm an candid opinion and candid advice that wherever we are going for any Islamic program, let us endeavor to go with our children and let us endeavor to take them to Arabic lessons. Arabic is not difficult. It was in those days that our fathers would say, but these days, there is nothing difficult in learning Arabic. We have so many avenues that we can learn Arabic, we can learn it online, we can also employ the services of Alpha to come and teach them in our respective houses. The kind of importance we attach to Western education should also be attached to Islamic education. And as women, let us try as much as possible to see that our children, as much as possible, the young ladies, they marry Muslims. We have so many Muslims around us. A situation where we women will say, "The best thing or not that don't share." Before our husbands know, we will be the first person to know. Before they know that our daughter is going to be giving her the marriage to a Christian home, it is we women that will first know. Let us start as much as to encourage this, our children to marry Muslims men. We have so many successful Muslim women around us. And like our body has started us now, we are organizing empowerment program. We need to monitor the extent and the impact of that program has had on the beneficiaries. So we have seen cases where we have our women that have empowered doing something else. And it's my prayer that what we are doing today should not be the end of celebration on her. Almighty Allah will continue to bless us bountifully. It will enrich our pockets, and I pray for jolly blessings back to all our respective destinations. And at the end of this, in this world, Almighty Allah will reward us with additional rewards. Rabbana Hasina fi dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azaban. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was our mother, Alhaja Maryam Oloko. Àwọn tí ẹ̀yin náà ń retí lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run, Ọlọ́run bá fi lẹ́yìn náà lọ́wọ́. Àwọn mísọ́nà yín látòkè wọ́n ti gbé sí wa létí. Wọ́n sì ti gbé sí wa létí ẹ̀ lè wọ́n pé ní NASFAT, gbogbo tó bá ti jẹ́ NASFAT àjọ ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ ní ọkọ̀ kan lájọ́ lò. Torí gbogbo ní káàkiri bá ṣe ń ga láàyè ẹ̀ lọ́dún ní gbogbo bí tẹ́ bá wà, a mọ̀ pé oore ni fẹ́ pẹ́, oore ni fún Islam. Gbogbo tẹ́yìn náà ń béèrè lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ṣàbà àfihàn lọ. Ẹ dákun ẹja máa ṣe ámì náà. Ọlọ́lá hawla wala quwwata.
Mothers of Aljanna, Mothers of Aljanna, Mothers of Aljanna, are we tired? Ẹjọ́ jókòó torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ má jẹ́ apariwo.
Ètò náà.
Allahu ya Latifu. Ọ̀yà ṣe wà lé. Allahu ya Latifu. Allahu ya Razaku. Bani mo tún ti dé. Mo ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún yìí jẹ́ kí fayọ̀ parí ọdún tuntun. Allahu ya Latifu. Allahu ya Razaku. Bani mo tún ti dé. Mo ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún yìí jẹ́ kí fayọ̀ parí ọdún tuntun. Ọmọ bá náà tún mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́, èrè iṣẹ́ náà wà bọ́mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́.
màmá kú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, ilé lọ́nà wo mọ́ wa lórí. Àti fàyọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún yìí jẹ́ ká fàyọ̀ parí
ọdún tuntun.
Tẹ̀lé. Ẹjọ́ sọ́dọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹjẹ́ ká jókòó ká farabalẹ̀ tó náà ti ń lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀.
And the next, inshallah, on the list of the goodwill message,
exactly,
we will be going to the office of the First Lady of Lagos State.
Exactly.
Our mother, last year, she was with us. She was present at Ashishi to celebrate the Women's Week with us. This year, she's unavoidably absent. And for us to know that the First Lady of Lagos State identifies with NASFAT, she's always with us, despite the fact that she's not a Muslim. She has sent an able representative. I would like to call on our mother, Alhaja Amdalat Bodupe Akeushola, representing the wife of the governor of Lagos State.
Alhaja Akeushola is the wife of the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Housing, Lagos State.
Please, decorum, please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá wa, ẹ̀yin lẹ ẹ̀dọ́rí ní gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa ti wá o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ jókòó. Wọ́n ní ká sọ fún yín kẹ́ farabalẹ̀. President ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, please.
Kòkó jẹ́ wá fún wa.
Who would have been loved to be here personally, but due to the state assignment, she couldn't. She said apology, and now address delivered by Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ijoke Sanwo-Olu, wife of the Governor of Lagos State, at the grand finale of the 21st annual National Women's Week celebration held at Regent Hall of Supervisor Celebrate MKO Abiola alongside Okete on the Sunday 29th November 2020. The Deputy Governor of the State, Her Excellency Engineer Naima Salako, ably represented by Alhaja Maria, the wife of the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Her Excellency Professor Amudala Olani, ably represented by Alhaja Remiyat Ajao, the Chairman of POC, Alhaji Abdullahi Olashipo, and members of the National Council of Elders, the Chairman, Alhaji Yunus Sali, and members, ably represented by Alhaji Abdullahi, the President, NASFAT, Mr. Olani Yusuf, and other members, the Chief Missioner, NASFAT, Imam Maru Abdullatif Onike, and other missionary of the National Women Affairs Secretary. The chief of today, that is in person of Alhaja Suwaibat Ola, the chairperson of today, Alhaji Nure Akabi, and Alhaja Hamida Ibrahim. Guest speaker, Professor Philippines Labiaji of Kunaye, the coordinators of the Women's Week, the beautiful, faithful women here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I recall that
Alhamdulillah for his help allowed the present here again as the president of honor on the occasion of the grand finale of the 21st Annual Women's Week. This global religious society. Network Women's Week is an annual program organized by the society to sensitize Muslim women in the reality of their faith and their expected role in building the God-fearing society. It is also an opportunity to raise funds for the various projects embarked upon by the women. The theme for this year, Women's Week Celebration, in Muslimah, striving and thriving despite the pandemic, is timely and is strong attention to pivotal role women need to play during this normal. Muslim women, like their men counterparts, play significant role in the society. Muslims has been playing important role from time immemorial, aside of religious duties as mothers, sisters, and wives. We are also society developers and national builders. These are responsibilities we must not shy away from, especially during this period. The earlier we perform it, the better we ascertain our relevant agents of change. For us to play a catapultive role, we must be well prepared in our various disciplines and areas. I am quite amazed that we have the moral, physical, and intellectual ability to reiterate the signature of our nation. The Muslim must be focused, responsible, and hardworking as the consequences of COVID-19 pandemic has necessitated a paradigm shift in our living. We are important agents for creating stability in the lives of our family. Yes, we are. And ensuring that we bring peace to the society. This is the period to stand and work hard in our respective professions so as to build a nation that will be envious of all. I am aware that the 1 week event, which commenced across NASFAT branches from Sunday 22nd November 2020, with a prayer and celebration of elders and widows at Hall Luther, visitation to charity home among others. Finally, I would like to appreciate the organizers of this program and encourage them not to relent on their health. Your efforts will never go unrewarded in this world and hereafter. Thank you for your attention. Ma'asala, Our Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, wife of the Governor of Lagos State. Allahu Akbar. Yes, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ibi awi lade ọ̀rọ̀ bùṣe. Ibi awi lade ọ̀rọ̀ bùṣe. Thank you very much, ma'am. We really appreciate that speech, and we pray that Almighty Allah will continue to be with you. Gẹ́gẹ́ bá a ṣe ṣàdúrà fún representative deputy governor of the state. Gẹ́gẹ́ bá a ṣe àdúrà fún representative first lady Lagos state náà. Kí Ọlọ́run pa ètò alákòótúbọ̀ máa bá wa dúró tì wọ́n. Gbogbo yín ẹ mọ̀ pé àríbí kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan àríbí dárayá because there is no time. Tó jẹ́ ká kọrin yẹn papọ̀ gbogbo yín pátápátá la kọ́ fún àbí ṣàdúrà fún yín pé Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ yọ̀ ṣubú níbi iṣẹ́ kàdé. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ yọ̀ ṣubú níbi iṣẹ́ ti ga. Ìwádìí tó lọ́lọ́ máa lọ kò máa ní rẹ̀ yọ. Àmín.
Alhamdulillah. NASFAT is not a Western or Southwestern society. In fact, NASFAT goes beyond Nigeria. Àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń bá wa darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ tó sì jẹ́ gbàjọ́ ṣègbìyànjú nínú ẹ̀sìn, wọ́n ti pọ̀ káàkiri ayé. Kódà èdè èdè tó wà láàrin wa ṣe kékeré mọ́ níwọ̀n. And because we have been speaking Yoruba, we have been speaking English. Yes, English is the general one. We have members representing Port Novo, Sierra Leone, Ghana, and all of them. Port Novo is here. In fact, we are giving them 1 minute. A representative from Port Novo, Alaja Angile, 1 minute to help us address people from Port Novo in that language. Ẹ má wọrí, tó bá sọ èmi á tún fún yín o. Ẹ má wọrí o.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ìdí tí mo ti rò wọ̀ yìí ò ìyọpẹ́ ló tọ́ sí mi lẹ́nu. Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn lájọ sùn lálẹ́ àná tó ṣe pé wọn ò kí sí ilé ayé mọ́. Ẹni ebi nǹkan kó máa dúpẹ́, ó dúpẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé bí pa. Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn lè bí pa nílé ayé tó jágo náà wò fi fún lóòjẹ. Ẹni ebi pa kó máa rọ́jú, kó rọ́jú kó mọ̀ pé bí pa. Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn lè bí pa nílé ayé tó jágo náà wò fi fún lóòjẹ. Òpó ẹni tí rìn kan ló bá dùn. Lọ́sọ̀jà máa ń lòkò lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹni tí fàárù kó ara, tí fàárù kó ara pàárù. Lọ́sọ̀jà tó bá kó lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹni tí rìn láàrin rẹ̀. Kò rí mu tí lè kò sì gbọdọ̀ dúró. Lọ́sọ̀jà tó bá kó lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹni tí fàárù kó ara, tí fàárù kó ara. Ọlọ́run náà kẹ̀ wá lẹ́kún, má jẹ àràkàkì tó lè jẹ ìyàló.
Ìfọ́pọ̀ bẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lẹ́mí, ìkó fẹ́ lábìyà, gùrùbí ọkọ̀mẹ̀, ebi ọkọ̀mẹ̀, pàtàkì sí gùrù ebi ọkọ̀mẹ̀. Ẹ̀rọ Muhammad bàbá ṣe wá, bàbá ṣe wá, bàbá ṣe wá. Muhammad bàbá ṣe wẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n sí kájọ lámẹ́lẹ́. Muhammad bàbá ṣe wẹ̀, bàbá ṣe wẹ̀, bàbá ṣe wẹ̀. Muhammad bàbá ṣe wẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n sí kájọ lámẹ́lẹ́. Lẹ́wọ̀n yóò bá ilé náà. Muhammad ọ̀dẹ̀ náà mi. Lẹ́wọ̀n bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀. Muhammad ọ̀dẹ̀ náà mi. Muhammad bàbá ṣe wẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n sí kájọ náà. Àtẹ́wọ̀ ànábì, àjọbọ̀ ànábì, àtẹ́wọ̀ ànábì, àjọbọ̀ ànábì, àtẹ́wọ̀ ànábì, àjọ̀dí. Àtẹ́wọ̀ ànábì, àjọbọ̀ ànábì, àjọbọ̀ ànábì, àtẹ́wọ̀ ànábì, àjọbọ̀ ànábì, àtẹ́wọ̀ ànábì. Ìtọ̀, ìtọ̀, kúrúkà, 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 tọ̀, kúrúkà, kúrúkà, tọ̀. Ẹ̀ka kúrúkà ti tẹ̀ wá, kúrúkà, 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 So right now we are moving on to the next item on the agenda, and that is donations.
Bá jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe kúrú ṣọ̀ṣọ̀ yìí. Nígbà bí wọ́n ṣe bá wá ṣe kúrú ṣọ̀ṣọ̀ ní òun tó represent wa. Now, ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo wa tí a wá, pàápàá jùlọ àwọn special guests ti wa. Wọ́n ti mọ̀ wípé àwọn máa support wa financially. In fact, chairman wa nínú voice the chairman of today's occasion tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa. Àwọn náà ní gbogbo ọ̀nà financially, morally, wọ́n ní àwọn máa fi support our women. àwọn ìyá àlùjọ náà yìí, àwọn náà ni wọ́n sì ń bá wa gbé iṣẹ́ wa ní àṣeṣe lárugẹ. Whatever they get every year, they always use it to support the ongoing projects. So inshallah, owó tí ẹ ti kó wá fún wa ìfọkànbalẹ̀ àgbà. Ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n gbà fún wọn nígbà owó yìí ni àwọn àgbà pẹ̀lú ògbó ọlọ́. Ẹ sì fọkànbalẹ̀ lórí nínú ẹ̀. A lọ sórí update on the NASFAT mosque project. Torí pé wọ́n lẹ́ni tó fẹ́ tọrọ ọbẹ̀, a tọrọ aṣọ tó fẹ́ fi jẹ. Alájẹ ìjọṣẹ́ lọ́bẹ̀ tó fẹ́ fi jẹ bá. Àwọn màmá alábẹ́ tọrọ owó, wọ́n fẹ́ sọ tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi jẹ. So bàbá wa tó ṣe pé àwọn náà ni is at the forefront of the projects construction. Our father Alhaji Architect Akiode, who is here representing Alhaji Yunus Olalekan Soli, who is the chairman of the building projects committee. In few minutes, he will take us through the project.
Let me start on the existing protocol. Understand that is well. I'm here behind two caps. As a good message from the chairman, Council of Elders, Alhaji Y. Lalekan Soli, is unavoidably absent, and I ask you to represent him on this occasion. And I also take this opportunity of this microphone to brief you on the Ashishi Mosque. First, let me talk about the good message from Alhaji Soli. He has a written message, but I'm trying to summarize it because of time. First, he expressed his gratitude to Almighty Allah for making this occasion possible for all of us. And this guy will say, Alhamdulillah. He went on to appreciate the women's week, and he prays to Almighty Allah to continue to honor all their endeavors. And he says that the National Council of Elders are always in support of the Women Affairs community activities. And in this regard, he has pledged a handsome amount of money, which he asked not to disclose, but I think Alhaji Kolate has a figure already with her. And I think on this occasion, we want to express Almighty Allah for granting our chairman the regular endeavors and resources to support all the causes or activities of NASFAT. He also went on to say that National Council of Elders are pleased and proud with the monumental achievement, in which he mentioned all the things that our women have done in the past. First, he appreciates the country leadership of the women group. He also went on to say that the economic empowerment program and the professional training program are well appreciated and should be sustained. The chairman also said that the Dawa activities and the Dawa training program with Islamic Official Trust of Leaders should also be continued. He also expressed he demanded the support of the women group on the NASFAT Association Mosque, and he hereby pleaded that women should be at the vanguard of promoting commission of the mosque. I'll speak more on that in the course of this my presentation. Finally, he also appreciated the desire for the women of the Kolate team to establish a healthcare center, and he prayed to Almighty Allah to make it possible as short as possible time. Finally, he said, I pray the Almighty Allah will continue to protect us, keep us in good health, accept and address our effort, and grant us goodness in this world and the hereafter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That's a good message from the chairman, Council of Elders. The second leg of my presentation is on the mosque. Please, I need to mention at level. My president, Mr. President, sir. Mr. President, sir. Let me continue. Salaam alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Masalatu wa salamu sayyidina ala nabi mujtaba. Dákun gbàdúrà wa masalatu sayyidina ala nabi mujtaba. Allahumma ya Rabbi Fatayidi Kadadi Láyé eléyìí ẹni bá fẹ́ràn Ànábì Muhammad kan bá pariwo mọ́ o. Láyé wá Ànábì Muhammad. Ẹni bá fẹ́ràn Muhammad kó dákẹ́. Ẹja máa wọ ẹjọ́ tó sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹja máa wò ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ bá ti sọ̀rọ̀. Sọ̀rọ̀ ajú máa. Please, I want to speak on the Aisha Mosque. By now, everybody is familiar with that mosque. You can't miss the mosque if you are going on the Ibadan Expressway. To that extent, I want to thank everybody for their contributions so far. But it's important to let us know that the project is just barely 25% completion. Barely 25% completion. And we have spent 3.5 years on the construction instead of 2 years. The whole time frame for the project was only 2 years. Right now we have 3.5 years on the project, and we have just achieved barely 25%. That is 1/4 of the project. That means that we need to work extremely hard to be able to deliver this project at the shortest possible time. Now, as you all are aware also, the mosque has reached the roof level. In the coming year, we are going to start on the finishing. But before we start the finishing, we need to roof the house. And I was telling the president this morning that this month of December, we need a minimum of 25 million naira to be able to complete the concrete works and start the roofing. Hopefully next year, if we're able to push hard on our donation, we are expecting that next year we'll be able to raise up to 600 million naira to get our project completed. It might interest you to know that this year, from January to December, NASFAT has not succeeded in raising more than 50 million naira. It's understandable because of COVID. Last year, we got as much as 200 million naira. But throughout this year, we are just in the neighborhood of 50 million naira from January to December. And that explains why the project is slowing down. I want to use the opportunity to appeal for this gathering that if we can join us to be able to raise that 25 million we are asking for, it will help this project to get to the roof level. And then we can start talking about roofing and other things. I want to assure you that every donation is being documented and appropriate receipts are being issued as donations are coming up. So, we want you to use this occasion to help us to raise funds, and so that by December, the project will have got to roof level, and come January, when we start the massive donation, we're going to go far in terms of the project. It's our prayer that all of us in this room, Allah will bless us so that we can join them and prayers here in the nearest possible future. May Allah make it easy for all of us.
Inshallah, people that will pray Almighty Allah will make it a success. And inshallah, so right now, we are moving to donation.
Yes.
Donation.
Yes.
And to do that for us is our spiritual father, my leader, my mentor. I'm the chief missionary, Nasrullah Party Society. I call him small body but a very big engine. He's an engineer, he's an alpha, he's a new stars, a leader, a versatile and resourceful one at that, an international scholar. And that is
ẹni tẹ́ ń sọ ni.
Alhaji Imam Abdulaziz Oníkẹ́ ẹ bá mi fi kéwú kí wọn. Wọ́n ní kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn ní ṣéwù
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا. اللهم صل
على سيدنا محمد
على سيدنا محمد
وعلى آل سيدنا محمد
وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وسلم.
اللهم صل
اللهم صل
على سيدنا محمد
على سيدنا محمد
وعلى آل سيدنا محمد
وعلى آل سيدنا محمد
وسلم. Náà bá rí méjì àkọ́kọ́ bí mọ́jẹ̀kẹ́lẹ̀kẹ̀dá bọ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Ànábì ní
sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ó ní mọ́tòlá aláyà. Ẹni bá sọ pé ìdí àtọ́lọ́ ìdí ọlọ́pọ̀ máa bá wọn. Ó láwọn màlẹ́kà tó gba ìdá tó lọ ń dá wọ́n lè dábẹ́ wà padà kún náà.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin
ala sayyidina Muhammadin
wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammadin
wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammadin
wa sallim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. هو الأول بلا ابتداء والآخر بلا انتهاء. هو الذي لا يفنى ولا يكون إلا ما يريد. يحيي ويميت وهل لما يريد. ونصلي ونسلم ونبارك على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد
صلى الله عليه وسلم
وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا دائما أبدا إلى يوم الدين. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير. Mo kí Ọlọ́run.
Allah.
Mo yin Ọlọ́run.
Allah.
Mo gbé títóbi bọ́lọ́run.
Allahu akbar.
Ọba àkọ́kọ́ tí ò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọba àgbẹ̀yìn tí ò lópin. Ọba mo ṣe tọ́lọ́fẹ́ bí mí. Ọba ṣe yóò wú tí ò ní tàbí láíláí. Máa jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́lọ́ ni. Má jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ má jẹ́ ẹni. Ó lọ ká àwọn ọ̀gá. Ó lọ aṣáájú àwọn aṣáájú. Ó lọ bá àwọn ọba. Ó lọ àgbà nínú adájọ́. Lánàá Ọlọ́run ní jọ́ náà. Lénìí Ọlọ́run ní jọ́ náà. Ọbádọ̀lá òní ọmọ ajọ́ náà. Àpàlà agbára làláwù mí. Mo gbà àpàlà agbára làláwù mí. Mo gbà àpàlà agbára làláwù mí. Mo gbà àpàlà agbára làláwù mí. Ó lágbára lórí gbogbo ayé gbogbo ayé. Ó sì lágbára láti gbé ohun tí mo fẹ́ ohun tí a fẹ́. Ó sì lágbára láti sọ̀rọ̀ méjà ìyọ̀gbẹ́dẹ́mọkẹ́. Mo gbà àpàlà agbára làláwù mí. Kọ́lé bá àwọn àbájọ ìjọ Násírátì la wà. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Allah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah. Allah láti pàdé tí tó mi. Allah àwọn òwe tí kò tó wọ ni kò tó wà. Láti pàdé tí tó mi. Allah ìdílámù ti tó mi. Allah láti pàdé tí tó mi. Allah ìdílámù ti tó mi. Allah èmi ò fẹ́ bá lóru. Rárá èmi ò lógun kankan. Èmi ò fẹ́ bá lóru. Èmi ò lógun kankan. Ìwọ ló ní kí máa ṣàbò sí tètè wá ṣàánú mi. Allah la ilaha
illallah, la ilaha illallah, Allah Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, Ọlọ́run dé orí wa, àwọn tó ń rojọ́ mi. Ọlọ́run dé orí wa, àwọn tó ń rojọ́ wa. Ọ̀pọ̀ tó ń rojọ́ wa, wọ́n tó ń forúkọ èdè wa. Ọ̀pọ̀ tó ń rojọ́ wa, wọ́n tó ń forúkọ èdè wa. Èrò bọ́dé tó ta bá rò dé bá wọn ní ó borí ipò Allah. La ilaha illallah, Allah, la ilaha illallah, Allah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, Allah. Ẹ̀dá ẹ̀mọ́ rẹ̀ dá pín, Ọlọ́run ló mẹ̀yìn ọ̀la. Ẹ̀dá ẹ̀mọ́ rẹ̀ dá pín, Ọlọ́run ló mẹ̀yìn ọ̀la. Ẹni tí ò ní lè ní tomorrow, Ọlọ́run bí ń sọ̀la ní Allah. La ilaha illallah, Allah, la ilaha illallah, Allah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, Allah. Ọlọ́run dé orí wa, àwọn tó ń rojọ́ mi. Wọ́n ní mo tún ti hàn lọ, ìjọ náà ti bá ti. Wọ́n ní a tún ti hàn lọ, ìjọ náà ti bá ti. Ọmọdé bá sọ pé ọ̀nà àtúnyí ò pé mi tètè wá ṣàánú mi. Allah, la ilaha illallah, Allah, la ilaha illallah, Allah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah. Adúgbò ẹ̀fọ́ ọlọ́run. Alhamdulillah. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúgbò bọ́lọ̀ dáadáa. Alhamdulillah. Èmi àti yín lájọ ṣe last year. Àìmọye odò ló ti rọ̀, nílẹ̀ ti wà wọn. This time last year, we never suspected wàá máa daṣọ bomú. Àwọn ajára wa màmá. Ká tó lè kíyàn láàpọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ sí aṣọ ọmọ yín náà. Tí ọba sí aṣọ àti ọba wo ijú ló kù kó lè dá yàn mọ̀. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات يهديهم ربهم بإيمانهم تجري من تحتهم الأنهار في جنات النعيم دعواهم فيها سبحانك اللهم وتحيتهم فيها سلام وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Torí àwọn àdìgbò wa àti torí ìran. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Ọba tó jẹ́ ká fún rọ́jọ́ ìní. Tí ọba fún wa rí gbogbo ọmọdé abẹ́ dá sí. Ìmọ̀ ara ń mú kọ́, ìmọ̀ wá wù kọ́, ìmọ̀ oúnjẹ ẹyẹ kọ́, ìmọ̀ ara sọ́kọ́, kódà ìmọ̀ ara sọ́kọ́. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ Àbújá ọ̀pọ̀ èdè. Àrìdìbátọ̀ lunch. Wọ́n náà gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe social distancing, physical distancing. Wọ́n náà gbọ́dọ̀ fún mọ́ra wa. Nígbà tá a dé lórí àdúrà, àjókòó ti ra wa lẹ́yìn. Ó lè wò láwọn àti ìwà ilé sí. Ó bè pé kú yìí, á sàkún díẹ̀ ni, àbíkọ́lọ̀ mọ́ pàwá fúnra rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àṣírí. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àṣírí. Mo kí the International Women Affairs Secretary of Nasrullah Al-Bati fún Bọ́lá Tìdà. Ẹjọ́kòó ilé ẹ̀wọ̀ lórí ìkó òde. Alájà Suwébà púpọ̀ láti ìrọ̀mọ̀ Adékọ̀ọ́ Àlùbáríkà fún wọn. Ó ti yẹ ọ lénìí. Mo ń wo ìjókòó ilé ní ọwọ́ àjọ dínà tá a ṣe ní láti à. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ báàlì lórí ilẹ̀.
èyí tá a ṣe yìí náà àwa dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
Alhamdulillah.
Wúmẹ́sì ìjọdún ni a ti ṣe bó ṣe gbà ó sì lárinrin.
Alhamdulillah.
Bàtà ike iye ìgbà yìí lọ. Adìẹ ń dàgbàdo ní ń jẹ̀wà olóhùn òde yìí tó bá léyìn gbọ́. A pè èèyàn wá báyìí ẹ sì jẹ́ wa. Wúmẹ́sì ìjọdún ni a ti rí ṣe.
Alhamdulillah.
Ọ̀la a ti rí ṣe. Ọlọ́run fún àlùbáríkà sí. Mo kí alájà wa mọ́tò release na because it was in a hurry. I had to ask her to come back because we had to pray for her. When the weather was giving me on the list of the other kids yesterday night, as he mentioned your name, when he mentioned your name, he added a proverb, he added a clank and said, it's a philanthropy. In your lifetime, you are being recognized, you are being appreciated for what you are doing because of Allah. I congratulate you. May Allah continue to be with you. Bàbá nígbà tí Kúrẹ́sì ọ̀sán wà lánàá, ó ní dàràbà ó ní àwọn ìnáwó sẹ́sì. Wọ́n wí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Látàkùn láti, how much have you got from her? 1.9 million naira.
Allahu Akbar.
Gbọ́dọ̀ tóbi.
Allahu Akbar.
1.3 àbí? 1.3 kankan náà ni. Wọ́n bọ́dọ̀ mọ́ 3. Òyìnbó mu tíì, èmi mú kọ́ gbígbóná àjọ mú gbóná ní méjèèjì. 1 ní 1 ní méjèèjì. Point at up and return to Quraysh. As much as many as we have today, we want to shower to Quraysh on you. Yourself, your children, your grandchildren cannot exhaust the benefits, the blessings inherent in to Quraysh. Trust that make you àtẹ̀yìn àtọmọ́mọ́ èdè jẹ́ tán láyé. Ọlọ́run lé kọ́lù baríkà fún yín.
Àmín.
Lílà bí Quraysh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Lílà bí Quraysh. Lílà bí ìmọ̀rẹ́ látàṣídá ìwọ̀n sí. Wọ́n ní láàrín rọ́bàlá àdáyébẹ́t. Aládé àti àmáhùn mi yóò yẹ wà àmàdáhùn mẹ́lẹ́kà fún. Yálà be with you. Yálà be with you. Yálà be with you. You may not take your leave. Ọlọ́run lè kọ́lù baríkà. All our people made ọ̀tà ẹni iwájú ni yẹn ní dèrò ẹ̀yìn. Àmín.
In solidarity with Alhaja Popolati, one of you. Gbogbo yẹn jọ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ro. Èkó ló lè di ọ̀tà ẹ̀yìn lọ́lọ́run fún Sàwọ́dé pé lọ́rọ̀ Sàwọ́dá. Sàwọ́dé pé lọ́rọ̀ Sàwọ́dá. Every year that we do our women's conference in donate and say as long as we do the women's conference we will continue to donate. When it was about going, it was about Manaja, who was one component there in the city. The man is the one that take him out and answer. Níta ọ̀gá gbogbo tí mo fẹ́ kí alájà Laraba, you need to know what you want to spend the money on. Women leader, kí n tó máa gbowó, orí bá ní máa kíyàn, àwọn ọmọ fẹ́ kíkọ̀. Alájà kí wọ́n lápọ̀ tó mi yìí, ẹ bá ń ka lámúnẹ̀sì ra gbàdú ha fún. Lámúnẹ̀sì ra gbàdú ẹ bá ń ka fún. Tá a bá ta fẹ́ gbowó ní nẹ́sípáàtì ní ń da, á tàjú àwọn ọlọ́tọ̀ ni léde. Ọlọ́run má ti ọ̀tẹ́, ẹ bá ti ọ̀tẹ́. Ọlọ́run má ti ọ̀tẹ́. Alájà dàda màmá. Ẹnìkan wà lórí mímọ́ lórí ìpínlẹ̀ Flọ́ yìí. Níjọ́ wọn àná ti orúkọ bí a ṣí mi ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ẹ́ tó lójú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó ní àwọn ìsọ̀pọ̀tì. Ó ní àwọn ìsọ̀pọ̀tì. Àyè tí a ti sọ̀pọ̀tì mi. Wàláì tí a ti sọ̀pọ̀tì mi. Kọ́lọ̀ mọ́ padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Kọ́lọ̀ mọ́ padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Ebe ní ní dákọ̀ ẹ̀kẹ́ máa tẹ̀wọ́ sí ẹ̀kẹ́ máa gbọ́ báyìí ló ti máa ẹni àti mara rẹ̀. Ẹ̀kọ́ ìdí ẹ̀kọ́dà ká ẹni àti mara rẹ̀ gbogbo kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n dákọ̀. Àtúbọ̀tán rẹ̀ ọlọ́jọ́ dà. Ó ní ẹni pa owó mọ́sálásí lẹ́ni tí yóò sábà o. Ẹ bá sọ fọ́pọ̀ ní bọ́wọ́ fún mi lówó mọ́sálásí. Ó ní sí ẹ̀ 10 million naira. Ní dákọ̀ rẹ̀ ọlọ́run ti mọ̀ á. Ọlọ́run ti mọ̀ á. Ẹ̀mọ́ yẹ orúkọ mi bí kankan wọlé ní rí. Alamnasira wàdùwà ẹ̀ka tó báyìí bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alamnasira laka sadra wa wada'na anka wizra alladhi anqadha zahra wa rafa'na laka dhikra fa inna ma'al usri yusra inna ma'al usri yusra fa idha faragta fansab wa ila rabbika farghab wad'uha wa idha sajja ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala wa la ya'miratu khairu laka min al-ula wala sawfa yutika rabbuka fatarda alam yajidika yatima fa'awa wa wajadaka dolan fa'ada wa wajadaka ailan fa'ina wa hammal yatima fala tadhar wa man sa'ila fala tadhar wa ma bi ni'mati rabbika fa'adith sọ̀rọ̀ ni má dàgbọ́ ìdílé dàgbọ́ rẹ̀ ọlọ́run lè fún àlùbáríkà ọlọ́run lè fún àlùbáríkà. Kí n tó gbowó lọ, ẹ̀kọ́ lórí méjì kan fẹ́ sọ fún lẹ́yìn mú ànábì.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Lẹ́yìn mú ànábì.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ìyàwó ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan, wọ́n bọ̀ kówó lè bá wọlé níta tí ọbẹ̀ sọ yìí. Ẹ̀kẹ̀lẹ̀ wọn kówó lásán láì ilé ìgbàgéjà. My chairman, I'm not going to observe the protocol. If you observe the protocol, I appreciate my president, Alhaji Yusu. I appreciate may Allah be with you. I appreciate Kongeri. I appreciate our chairman all the way from it. Hey, Niteo. Hey, Niteo. I appreciate Alhaji Awapakole. May Allah be with you. I appreciate the government of the deputy governor of Ogunke, our landlord. May Allah be with you. The representative of the wife of Lagos State Governor, Mrs. Sanwo-Olu, Alhaja Akeotola, ọmọ ọmọ civil servant ló ń bá. Alhaja Mutala ní tẹ́, àárín ẹ̀yà àti fẹ́sẹ̀ lò ní dọ́bàjẹ́ kò ní dàrú. The only woman corner, the only female corner in this area, in this hall today. Alhaja wa Bankole, àwọn ọ̀nà, kí ni yóò já dáa ọlọ́run lè fún àlùbáríkà ọlọ́run lè fún. Coordinator 2 alájà wa coordinator 1 ni alájà wa bá gbọ́dọ̀ mọ́ kéwù tèmi ni wọ́n ọlọ́run lè fún àlùbáríkà. Látò ní ti Ìbàdàn, látò ní ti Ọ̀yọ́, ẹ̀ní tẹ́ kankan náà ní kankan náà ní ẹ̀ní tẹ́ wàlá wàlá wàtá. Coordinator 3 láti UK ọyọ. Ẹ kéré owó wálé o. Ẹ bá tàbí kọ́. Wàlá hawla wàlá quwwata. Alájà wa. Àjàó ni kí ni yóò gbà ká yín mọ̀? Alájà wa Àjàó ọlọ́nilé fún àlùbáríkà. Ọlọ́nilé fún àlùbáríkà. Alájà wa Kúdírà Àwùwá Ibrahim. Ọlọ́run lè fún àlùbáríkà. Ọlọ́run lè fún ẹ̀ní tẹ́ o, ẹ̀ní jábọ̀, ẹ̀ní jẹ́ ní àná. Wàlá hawla wàlá quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Ìyàwó ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan lọ sọ títù, ẹyọ̀ wà nábí o.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Kẹ́lì bá àwọn tẹ́ bá pẹ́ta fẹ́ gbowó fún mi o. Ìyàwó ọ̀rẹ́ mi lọ sọ títù. Ó ti tọ́ títù báyìí, dókítà tó rí ọjọ́ former secondary school mate yẹ. Kí dókítà yẹn wí, ó ní lẹ́nu rẹ̀ lọ́hùn, ó ní tó ń pe pàmò fún wa nígbà tá a wà ní kù máa rí lẹ́nu. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí mo wí. Ó ní tó ń pe fún wa nígbà tá a wà tó ń pe pàmò àárí lẹ́nu. Nígbà yẹn tó ń bà ó lè padà lọ lé. Torí ẹ̀ lẹ́nu láàyè bá if we want to have our own hospital, we want to call it mother and child hospital. And that's why we are collecting money today. You don't want our women to be exposed to ridicule. You don't want our women to be exposed to insult. Ẹjọ́ tó yẹ yìí o, every day ní Nàìjíríà, tí obìnrin 100 bá bímọ, ẹyọ kan ní bọ́sọ́dọ̀ náà ń bẹ̀. Every bed in Nigeria, when you have 100 beds, one of them will die in Nigeria. Maternal mortality. Nígbà ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ mẹ́wàá ní ọdún ní out of 10 children ló ń padà fẹ́rẹ̀ ọlọ́dún Nàìjíríà. Tá a bá jọ sínú wálẹ̀, the facility will be of high standard. Àlẹ́ yóò ní kú o, mọ mortality rate, both infant and maternal will be reduced. Obìnrin ni ó máa tọ́jú obìnrin. Ọkùnrin náà kọ́kàn jẹ́ pé ìgbà tí wọ́n gbowó lè nílẹ̀ pé ní mother and child. Láyà jẹ́ pé father and child. Father and child láti fún wa. Ẹ yóò bá àná bì. Mo sọ ilé ìkẹlẹ̀ bá àná tó owó tá a fẹ́ dá lé nìyí o. Àfẹ́ káwọn ọmọkùnrin jágbàjàgbà kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa lọ rí òwò ìyàwó wa. Fáwọn ti ti yẹ̀yẹ́. A ní ìyó oníjàbù kó jábù rẹ̀ lẹ̀. Àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ mọ́. Ọmọbìnrin tó ń lò jáà tó bá fẹ́ rí dókítà, ó fẹ́ rí nọ́ọ̀sì, á jóbìnrin ìjàbíà síta. That is why I don't like the party is establishing an hospital. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tó parí tẹ́lẹ̀ á parí ẹ̀. Àmín. Our health education livelihood our age ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ health. If you do it, your name will be written in gold. Ọlọ́run yóò ṣe é ṣe fún ọ ní sàṣẹ́tì. Alájà wa tá a fẹ́ fowó ṣe ní wọ́n sọ yẹn o, alájà àjà owó gbogbo yìí. A fẹ́ lọ sí fún àfẹ́ káwọn ẹ̀wọ́ á máa ṣe ní yẹ̀yẹ́ mọ́. Ọkùnrin kan tó yọ ọmọkùnrin pa àpàtúmọ́nù jí kan tó mọ̀ bí ẹ ṣe yẹ pé àárín owó rẹ lẹ́nìí. Insult ni fún wa, ọlọ́mọta àyọrí sí wa. Ìjà ọmọdé kò dé, wọ́n láti ìlú lọ fẹ́ gbàgbé ti hall. Àdìgbò pé abẹ́ kó abẹ́ commission ni o. 30 million naira, bí wọ́n tó ti á kéré bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní bọ́ọ̀sì ó ti kéré jù. Alájàgbá ń kọ́lé ẹ̀fà tó fún kọ́má ti kàdí méjì kó pa ní 20 million. German 30 million, ṣé mú wá tọ́jú wá tọ́jú? Ẹlẹ́rìí wá tọ́jú. Ṣé ń pè bá gbogbo mọ̀? Ẹlẹ́rìí lè sọ̀rọ̀ owó sọ̀rọ̀ wá lọ lájà ẹ lè sọ̀rọ̀ o. Ẹ bá gbọ́dọ̀ lórí German ti fowó ránṣẹ́, wọ́n wá tó ní àwọn òdòrí design. Wọ́n ti mú cash wá, wọ́n ní àpò wọ́n tó sí the design. Bí àwọn wà sí ẹ̀kọ́ fi beginning of that project, kò nílé ní òkè wọ́n ti mú owó tó níyì wá. Ọlọ́mọba ìjọ́dé sí wọn. Ẹni tó di wọ́n tó ní àgbà, bí ìjọba mẹ́fẹ́ yóò kú yẹ o. Iná àti iná.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwal abtar.
Ara àwọn ìyá wa ní Násùrù láàyè pàtì, ẹni náà náà wò ó ìmọ̀ ojú máa ń tì ní. Alájà ilé ọmọ náà wò, àwọn tí òjòjò ti sí mi sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nìyẹn o. Ojú òní ti mu ti àtọ̀ Adédìran láyé ẹ bá sàmí.
Àmín.
Tá a bá ti ní ohun ó wá ní máa mú wá, just last one is ọgbẹ́ pèmí ni, Fáláyé sọ̀rọ̀ ní mò ń wòye lórí online program. I'm sending 1 million naira and just send it to me. Mo ní ẹ̀lọ́ fi sí mọ́sálásí. Alájà Mutia Adédìran has sent the sum of 500,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar.
Láti dẹ̀ ní kí owó nù tí ó máa kọ́kọ́ ìtumẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ bá dé náà sí iná fún.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwal abtar.
The representative of our first lady. Yeah. Ẹ bá gbọ́nà tóbi.
Allahu Akbar.
Ara wa ni wọ́n. Engineer ní Mọ́tàláì. Nàìjíríà àlàkọ́. Bàbá wọn ní Chápẹ́tì. Ẹ bá gbọ́nà tóbi.
Allahu Akbar.
Bọ́ọ̀sì ti ti sábà láàrin àmì àti oníṣẹ́ òjò fún alówó lẹ́gbẹ́ tó lè bínú kà. Ẹ bá gbogbo ọgbẹ́ máa kà á yọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ lójú. Àti wájú bá ń pàdé. Ọlọ́run orí kàwé yẹn. Wọ́n fẹ́ ra ẹran lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ náà ń kàkálé lọ́yọ̀ kó wà sẹ́ 50 naira. Wọ́n làwọn ti kà díẹ̀ mẹ́fà ìyọ́pẹ̀ táwọn mẹ́rin ọ̀nà máa lọ. Orí kò ní kà sákò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run lè pa àlùbáríkà. Ọlọ́run lè pa àlùbáríkà. Àlejò ọ̀rọ̀ wa wọn láwọn náà wà látà wa mọ́rí àmọ́ ọlọ́kọ̀ ọlọ́run àpọ́n ilé o. Àlá branch ẹ̀yẹ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde mosque will be the largest mosque in this southwestern Nigeria. In southwestern part of Nigeria, Ìjẹ̀bú Òde mosque will be the largest by the time it is completed. Wàlá àwọn àwàlá kùwàtà. Alájà bá kọ́lé kọ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n fi rán wọn. Allahu Akbar.
Ìyá àdínní of Ìgbàlà. Wọ́n ti ránṣẹ́ wá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àti jẹ́ ni.
Ìyá àdínní of Ìgbàlà. Wọ́n ti ránṣẹ́ wá.
Ìwà of the Baptist of Christian University. Alájà Kàjàbí Àmìlà. Wọ́n ti mú 100,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar.
Wọ́n lè dá wọn lóhùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àti èrí ni. Yára ilẹ̀ ní náírà. Ọlọ́run lè fún àlùbáríkà.
Permanent secretary, Papa.
Ìyá àdínní of Ìgbàlà.
50,000 naira.
50,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar.
Permanent secretary Wapa, 50,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar.
Ìgbọ́dọ̀ kó pẹ̀sẹ̀díà, ìgbọ́dọ̀ kó pẹ̀sẹ̀díà. Ìgbọ́dọ̀ kó pẹ̀sẹ̀díà. Ìgbà wà ní Bàríkà ni. Professor Lani yẹ the one of deputy governor of Oyo State. Wọ́n ní a máa ná tẹ̀, owó náà wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀ mí. Ẹni kọ́ là ń pa Bàríkà.
Ọlọ́run fi àlùbáríkà sí
ìgbẹ́ owó lọ nílé. Ọ̀rẹ́ alájà wà pẹ̀lú bá kọ́lé, ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn tó ti pẹ́, kọ́lẹ̀ tó làwọn náà tó gbẹ́dẹ̀ àti kọ́lẹ̀. Ọbẹ̀ rí o, alájà aláàbàdì, èkó níjà ìjà ìlú ní bọ́tà rí, ó nẹ 8 tàbí sí, ojú tó bá ti róró ojú yìí ẹ ti rí ẹrí ẹrí ọlọ́pàá náà yìí, ọjọ́ náà tí ó dáa. Ṣé máa lọ àrídúró? Ṣé máa lọ àrídúró? Ó yé mi. Allahu Akbar. Ọlọ́run fún àbáríkà sí. Ọlọ́run fún àbáríkà sí. Alájà Kúrà, àwa Ibrahim, àníwá yìí tí o. Àníwá yìí tí o. Àníwá yìí tí o. Ní kí náírà fún àtijọ́. Ní kí náírà fún àtijọ́. Ìnà àtẹ̀yìnà.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر.
All past coordinator, wọ́n support the program yìí pẹ̀lú 50,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar.
Alájà àwọn ọmọdún ní òwú ìyá. Tí o ti mọ̀ sẹ́ kọ́là ga ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ State Amọ́dà.
Commissioner
for Women Affairs. Alájà làwà. Ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀gbọ́dọ̀ tó gbọ́dọ̀ wá.
Allahu Akbar.
Ara àwọn tó lọ dáadáa láyé tí ò pọ̀. Olè alájà làwà jẹ́. Alájà làwà. Ọlọ́run ti dàgbà dá. Nínú ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ láì fún wí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Nínú ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ni tí bá pàdé ọ̀nà tọ́lọ́mọ ẹ̀yìn ni tọ́lọ́mọ tó ń dáadáa ìwà ìnáwó sí. Ọlọ́run dáadáa. Fámìlì mẹ́fà wà tó mú yóò ní. Ó nínú fámìlì àwọn tó fẹ́ padà wá. Àwọn ìjọ fẹ̀mí rẹ̀ lẹ̀. Wà láyà. Ó ní tó dáa dé fámìlì àwọn tó fẹ́ pa onífẹ̀mí àwọn onífẹ̀mí àwọn ẹni. Ó ní kò wúlò ẹ̀mí tẹ́lẹ̀.
Àmín.
Èlò. Kọmíṣánná 450,000 naira. Alájẹ́ náà wà wá fi fún pé àwọn ìmọ̀ àgbẹ̀ ti ó ti jẹ́ fura ni. Alájẹ́ wa tó fi kún ọwọ́ jẹ́ ọjọ́ wa fi kún ọjọ́ tó fi kún. Onígbàwà ti owó nẹ́sà kò lè dírí. Náà tóbi àgbà. Wọ́n tó fi kún ẹ máa gbọ́ náà tóbi. Wọ́n tó ti fi kún wẹ́ẹ̀lì kátàbá ní ẹ̀ka. Alájà owó dùn ní ọ̀wé ìyà owó epo nìyẹn, owó epo nìyẹn, owó epo ní owó epo ní ó yàtọ̀ tó tà ní ẹ̀yìn
Inshallah.
ẹ̀kọ́ máa lówó tábà.
Inshallah. Inshallah. إلى الأمام إن شاء الله.
Owó gidi náà fún wa. Leader people here, leader people are
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إلى قريش إلى بدء الشتاء والصيف فليعبد رب هذا البيت الذي يطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Alájà wa Sákìrà gbígbọ̀n láti kí sẹ́ńgọ̀ àwọn àti katapila. Lọ́nà wóró. Àbí?
إلى الأمام إن شاء الله.
Ọlọ́pàá Bàríkà.
آمين.
Ilé àtàlọ́kù. Ọ̀gá palákàrà làlá omi.
Ọ̀gá palákàrà làlá omi.
Ọ̀gá palákàrà làlá omi. Ọ̀gá palákàrà làlá omi. Ó lágbára lórí gbogbo ayé. Ó ní lágbára láti lè tí mo fẹ́. Ó ní lágbára láti sọ̀rọ̀ níjà ìwọ̀fẹ́. Alájà wa Láyá Òkí, àwọn represent the women affairs, the women affairs property. We are waiting for a donation. Mrs. Laila Oki, the representative of the permanent secretary, Minister of Women Affairs and Property Allocation. Ẹ̀bá ń gbọ́dọ̀ tó di. Dr. Mrs. Idris, head of department of no, I can only to the second department in lab. Alájà wa Dr. Mrs. Idris, Christ, Mrs. Idris, Mrs. Idris.
Wọ́n ti ra wọ́n níwájú lè rí.
Ìlú ni wọ́n kọ́ sí mi létí, my sister. Wọ́n kọ́ sí mi létí jẹ́jẹ́.
جزاهم بما صبروا جنة وحريرا.
Allahu
Akbar.
Dọ́kọ̀ ojú tèmi mọ́ o. Ojú ní ìdí ìsọ̀bá rí wò, ọ̀dọ̀ fẹ́ gojú náà. Ojú ní ìdí ìgbà owó tì. Ọlọ́run gbà fún Ọlọ́run ṣe pọ̀ fún yín o.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run ṣe pọ̀ fún yín o.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run ṣe pọ̀ fún yín o.
Àmín.
Gbogbo àtàwọn ilé yín lọ́jọ́ ọmọ ìyọrí sí.
Àmín.
Nínú àtẹ ìnáwó.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر يصد لربك ولا إن شانئك هو الأبتر. آمين.
Alájà wa Bídèmí Rájí. Ọmọ BN Lagos State. BN Lagos State.
Alájà Bídèmí Rájí. Alájà Bídèmí Rájí.
Alájà Bídèmí Rájí. Mo kí ìdákùnrin jíjí sọ́nà Mùnátìrù náà lè bá kí máa bàbí láti gbogbo ìlú ní ètí ìrántí dákọ̀ yín látẹ̀kan ọlọ́run lè parí baríkà.
Àmín.
Wọ́n tí ìlú yunifásitì bá lóbi yunifásitì wa 50,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
All the coordinators, Alamunasira, ẹni lóṣì, ẹni mọ́sì, ẹni mọ́sì, ẹni táwọ́nà, ẹni tẹ́ni àná, Alamunasira.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alam nashrah laka sadrak wa wada'na anka wizrak alladhi anqadha dhahrak wa rafa'na laka dhikrak wa inna ma'al usri yusra inna ma'al usri yusra fa idha faragta fansab wa ila rabbika farghab.
Kí n tó kí gbogbo sọ́nà tàbí ìgbà kọ́ kí Alájà Sámìyà Ọmọlára Múmìnì Ọlọ́run tó ní ọmọ tàbí gẹ́gẹ́ báyìí ló pè kalẹ̀ látúmọ̀lẹ́ lè ṣe lọ́gbẹ́lẹ́yìn ìrìn àrójúfẹ́ ẹ̀mọ́kò títà bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀sí Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ẹ̀tẹ́.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ẹ̀tẹ́. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ẹ̀tẹ́. Alájàpọ̀ sí àtàdé òbí lábẹ́gà ẹ̀ ní tẹ́. Alájàpọ̀ Peter Arógúndádé ẹ̀ ní tẹ́. Àwọn ìyá wa Ọlọ́run ní sọ́yàn. Àgbàlagbà ní mẹ́tò tó wọ́n ti jáde wá fún àwọn ọmọ wọn ilé. Alájà wa dàda kò fẹ́ ní Àìṣà lè mímọ̀ dáadáa ni. Àìṣà lọ́wọ́ kó sí lẹ́nu pa. Alájà wa dàda Àìṣà lọ fọ́tà àjọ gbé àwọn ọmọ tèmi. Alájà wa Àìṣà dàda àníwá yìí ti. Ọmọ àgbàlá jọ bí kọ́. Ọmọ ní tẹ́. Àtọ̀ yóò jẹ́ ìgbà yìí mọ́. Alájà wa Símbíà àti alájọ bí kúrò níjà wa lẹ́yìn yìí ni ó. Ọmọ wa fi bọ́lá àdúrà yìí tí ó. Kófìdì ò ní gbé yín lọ. Kófìdì ò ní gbé yín lọ. Kófìdì ò ní gbé yín lọ. Àní tẹ́lọ́wọ́ yín, àní tẹ́lọ́wọ́ lọ. Nínú àtẹ́ ìnà.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar.
Wọ́n ní lọ sí ìwà láti UK. Personally, she has contributed to this event to the tune of over 1 million naira. Through her, we have realized over 1 million naira. Her sisters, she has to give her moral support, and the sisters donated the sum of 10,000 naira to Nasrullah University. Àárín yóò ní dàrú. Ìgbà wọn láti mọ́wọ́ náà ọlọ́pàá àbáríkà. Alájà Mújídà àtúbí àrò ọlá ọ̀làwàlá kò wá ta. Ọjà ọlọ́pàá àbáríkà ti wá sí àtúnṣe ọlárùbáríkà o. Ọlá ọ̀làwàlá kò wá ta. Ìjọba òkúta gbogbo jàmá láàrin ìṣẹ́jú méjì ìmáàmù wa Kírímìtíù yóò gbogbo ti flọ̀ ìṣẹ́jú méjì àwa ka kúkúbà. Tó tù níjọ́ Lagos tó tù 50,000 naira. Okay, Alájà Àbàtẹ̀rí bá tó kégbé ró who voted us to a dinner last year accepting the sum of 200,000 naira.
Allahu Akbar.
May Allah continue to be pleased with her.
Amen.
Allah continue to be pleased with her. General donation ṣẹ́jú méjì.
Sọ́nà ọlọ́bìnrin kẹrin a kí àwọn ọ̀gá wa. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí a rí yín pẹ́ bó ti dá yìí. Ní tí wọ́n máa tún yí padà kó máa dáa jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ dákun wa tí a wà nínú họ́ọ̀lì yìí. Mo kí bàbá wa the deputy chief missioner. Mo kí chairman of today. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí ọ̀gá wa ti kí. Mo lè kí wa tá a tẹ̀ lọ́gàá wa. Ẹ dákun kí a tó máa bá ètò bọ̀. Gbogbo àníyàn gbọ́dọ̀ dá sí tọ́lọ́. Èyí tí a mọ̀ ní wípé èèyàn ni mí. Ìwọ náà wí bẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀. Èèyàn ni mí láwùjọ àwọn èèyàn. Bá mi ní gbólóhùn yẹn dáadáa. Èèyàn lè mí láwùjọ àwọn èèyàn. Gbólóhùn yẹn ni kó o ronú sí. Tí a bá ti gbé àpò níwájú rẹ̀, àkọ́wà nú èèyàn ni. Èèyàn lè di èèyàn lọ. Ìwọ náà wà nú èèyàn táyé retí. Gbogbo àwọn zone pátá ẹ̀mú donation ayé wa ni. Gbogbo zones tá a wà níbí
mú donation yín wá sí bí tí wọ́n máa sọ pé nọ́síbàtì tí mo wà ẹ̀wọ̀n bí tó èmi dé. Nọ́síbàtì tí mo wà ẹ̀wọ̀n bí tó èmi dé. Ẹ̀wọ̀n bí tó èmi dé ẹ̀wà níyàwó. Ẹ̀wọ̀n bí tó èmi dé ẹ̀wà níyàwó. Nọ́síbàtì tí mo wà ẹ̀wọ̀n bí tó. Gbogbo àwọn zone tí a rìn sẹ́kìmù zone kọ̀ọ̀kan. Alábẹ̀wò owó tí wá ẹ̀mẹ́jì àdàpapọ̀ òjijì nìyí chairman Ogun State Ogun Zone akẹ́kẹ̀wọ́ aláwọ̀ yìí ní orúkọ Ogun Zone tọ̀dọ̀ ti yí 50,000 naira tó pé sọ́ọ̀lì nílẹ̀ àmà.
Inshallah, àwọn tó ń gba donation dà.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe rí àwọn Ọ̀ṣun wọ́n yàtọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ìyá Ọ̀ṣun oníkẹ́yà wọ́n yàtọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun has donated 100,000 naira before wọ́n tún wá ní èèyàn làwọn láwùjọ àwọn èèyàn àwọn Ọ̀ṣun state again another 100,000. Ogun Zone 50,000 naira. Kọ́lọ̀ tóbi. Tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn so wà. Owó tẹ mú wá ìṣèlọ́lá núlẹ̀. Ọwọ́ àrùn ẹ̀hẹ́ bí ẹni ẹran tẹ́bí ń pa 50,000 naira. Oṣù wà. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa Sheriff. Ayọ̀ Sheriff. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ fi kún olórí gbogbo oṣù wà ní àpapọ̀ owó 50,000 naira. Ìyáwá yìí wọ́n wá síwájú ń bí ó wá mú orúkọ wá wọ́n lé èèyàn làwọn láwùjọ èèyàn ó wá mú ẹ̀wà àti síra yìí. Tọ́ ọlọ́dà wọ́n ní àtẹwọ́.
Sọ́ọ́lù wà lábẹ́ bí ilé kẹrin.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ilé ẹja dàníyàn.
A ní àdàníyàn. Ẹjẹ́ afarabalẹ̀ ká dàníyàn. Kútùbà lábẹ́ka yìí, ìwọ náà dàníyàn fún ara rẹ̀.
Ọdún kan là lówó ọdún kan là bímọ. Láàárín lọ́dún ní ẹ̀sàlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ó tó gẹ́. Tá a bá pàdé Nàìjíríà, Ọlọ́run mọ́jà bá ìtẹ̀lú gbà.
Àmín.
Ẹ bá mi rántí gbogbo àwọn tó donate níbí lónìí. Bí náà ti mọ́wó náà, wọ́n ti mọ́wó ní negative regret.
Àmín. Àmín.
Mo já náwó fún wọn báyìí létí rẹ̀ sí mi, wọ́n jẹ́ òṣèlè sí wọn. Ẹnìkan bẹ sí èdè gbogbo wọn sàárẹ̀ níbí. Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ tọ́jú ara yín pẹ̀lú yóò tún bá yín jà lórí ẹ̀mọ́ pé akí ń ṣe bí kò fún àlàáfíà ara rẹ̀. Dr. Bakari lọ́mọdé sàárẹ̀ o. Ọ̀fẹ́kẹ̀dẹ̀ kan sàárẹ̀ mi wá bí kò tẹ̀ fẹ́ kọ́ ni. Àyà ìgbẹ́dùgbọ́ lára mi. Ọlọ́mọdé kó náà sàárẹ̀ o. Ẹ bá rántí Násìrò láì lè bá tì. Ẹgbẹ́ náà ọ̀nà ọmọdé òtú. Ọ̀nà ọmọdé òtú. Mọ́jọ́ dàrú lórí wa. Láàbà sílẹ̀ náà mọ́jọ́ dàrú Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa pátá ọ̀nà jẹ́ mo jẹ́ èèyàn. Gbogbo àwọn tó so kó débí lẹ́nu ọ̀nà máa ń pa wọ́n lẹ́rìn-ín. Gbogbo tó ní ìbáròwò ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa ọlọ́mọdé bàbá wa lọ́wọ́ nínú àgbà. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وسلم. اللهم لك قلت وقلوب الحق دعوني استجب لك. اللهم صل ومنك الاجابه وأرجوك منا وعليك الاسلام ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم لا صل لنا بما قمنا لنا بل إلى كفرت ولا أمنا إلى فرجت ولا دينا إلى قضيت ولا مريضا إلى سميت ولا ميتا إلى رحمت ولا جوعا إلى أدلت ولا سيرا إلى سرت ولا عيبا إلى سرت ولا أقوى إلى سريت ولا أيضا من أوائد الدنيا ورجل قريدا إلى قريدا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. alájà wa Kabiru alárabà ọlọ́mọdé ọba jẹ̀kún. Ajírọ̀bà àpéjọba jẹ̀kún wọn. Dókítà Àdìsá àpéjọba jẹ̀kún. Gbogbo next member alájà náà wà látòdì ti Ìbàdàn kẹ́ ìkó kan ọlọ́mọdé ọba jẹ̀kún. Alájà pé Babalọ́lá gbogbo àti gbogbo àwọn mẹ́mẹ́tẹ́ kọ́mẹ́tì ìpéjọba jẹ̀kún yìí o. Dókítà Àdìsá àpéjọba náà.
Àmín.
Ẹsẹ̀ kíkà mọ́ta. Wọ́n ṣe gbọ́gàrè gbọ́dájì àti lọ́tọ̀ ni ọ̀tọ̀ ni gbọ́gàrè ti kí á sọ ahẹ́ ọlọ́run ní tẹ́ tẹ́ o.
Àmín.
Gbogbo wa pátá ọ̀rọ̀ jẹ báyọ̀ o.
Àmín.
Mo tẹ́ fi ilé nídùnnú ọlọ́run jẹ bá nídùnnú.
Àmín.
Má jẹ bá níbànújẹ́.
Àmín. Àmín.
Ọba ọlọ́run mọ́tàlá ìgbàdúrà mi o. Ọba ọlọ́run mọ́tàlá ìgbàdúrà mi o. Kò sáà ti máa pé òun lẹ́yìn kan. Àbíwọ́. Kò sáà ti máa pé òun lẹ́yìn kan. Àbíwọ́. Ọba ọlọ́run mọ́tàlá ìyọ́nú sí mi. Ọba ọlọ́run mọ́tàlá ìyọ́nú sí mi. Kò sáà ti máa pé òun lẹ́yìn kan. Àbíwọ́. Kò sáà ti máa pé òun lẹ́yìn kan. Àbíwọ́. Ká tó tẹ̀lé kẹta, ọmọ bá kan rọ bí lówó lénìí, ọlọ́jọ́ sọ láyọ̀.
Àmín.
Dọ́kítọ̀ ní kọ́ máa pọ̀ báwọn olóko yóò bí lénìí, ọlọ́jọ́ sọ láyọ̀.
Àmín.
Wọ́n lá pẹ́nìkẹ́ yé pè bí ewúrẹ́, ẹnìkẹ́ yé pè bí àgùntàn. Owó lòun ti náà fi ń bí ní rọrùn. Ọmọ tó ń rọ bí lénìí, ọlọ́jà gbóhùn
Àmín.
ọlọ́jà gbóhùn ọmọ. Kó máa tẹ̀bí àyàsára òun mọ́kànlá. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Numa sabila yassarahu. 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 Wala hawla wala quwwata mo kí alájà bá ń kóse mo kí alájà kọjírì àwọn mẹ́jọ bàjẹ́ nẹ́sùrù láì máa sí inú ọ̀rọ̀ yóò ní bàjẹ́ o wàlá ọ̀làwàlá kò wá ta kọjírì o sí wò tuntun á sì nu mo lọ ní mọ́tò á ní cm pásọ̀ kan bí níbo ń ta ni á ní fún mẹ́lẹ̀ kọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ o ní rí òòrù. ẹni tó gbówó ìwà ọlọ́mọ àpá alájà Adébóyìwá láti Manchester brand. Onígbàdé wọ ọlọ́jẹ ìtọ̀kọ̀ ọdún wàlá kò wáta nílà bílẹ̀ nílà káwọn ti rẹ́bìrà ọlọ́dẹ kọ́ àlùbáríkà wàlá kò wáta. Ọmọ ọlọ́run mọ́tàlá ìkórìkì mi o. Mọ́tà ti máa pẹ́ òun lẹ́yìn kan. Àbíwọ́. Ọjà tí máa pẹ́ òun lẹ́yìn kan. Àbíwọ́. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi
Kabirullah. Chairman Ogutu, àrí donation ní o. Akí bàbá wa chief missioner. Ọlọ́run ní jí ó rẹ̀ yín. Ọlọ́run ní jí ó sún yín. Aburú ò ní ṣe yín. Ọlọ́run ní dá yín gúnlẹ̀. Wọ́lá ámì ká ṣe ọlọ́dà kò bí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Làgbàdìjà kò ní ilá ní gbogbo ẹni tó bá mọ̀ á kó bá ké fún chief missioner wa. Lákọ̀dìjà kò mọ̀ lọ sí olómìnira fún tọ́m. Azizun alaykum antum harisun alaykum. بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم فإن تولى فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Closing remark.
Alákàwá Rọ́bà Kọ́kọ́ láti November 7 years. Lẹ́yìn àtẹ̀síwájú pé kéèkì wá sí wípé akẹ́jọba papọ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn sóòsì ni. So adájọ́ sí Rọ́bà Kọ́kọ́ láti please all sub women coordinators here present. Gbogbo wa jẹ́ ká join adájọ́ Kọ́kọ́ láti di ibi kéèkì yẹn káàdì jọ gbé Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
The second position, running competition, the flag is here. To see the national chair now. Secretary, South Africa, please see the national chair secretary. Tell her what.
Yes, Amira. Yes, we are about to cut the cake. Celebrating a woman of substance, our mother Alhaja Shuweiba Bola Aduke Kukwalati. After we celebrate 60th birthday one. 60 ọjọ́ orí kan tó tó yẹ Abíọ́lá Balẹ̀kíọ́lá tó wá ṣe níbẹ̀rẹ̀ orin fún wa. Alága hold on to the class. Oníkéèkì 60 ló gbọdọ̀ pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kékeré. Sọ́ọ̀tì ló yẹ kẹ́ wọ́n á dé o. Alága tó bá ti sọ́ọ̀tì lè ká bí kékeré. So, I am sure I don't want to say those that subscribe to the leadership of Alhaja Kukwalati, because I know there is no one here that does not subscribe to her leadership. Gbogbo abáyábátá náà ni abẹ́ wọn ṣe Suratul Kawthar, ìyẹn iná àtọ̀yìnà. Ṣé iná bá ti dé ilẹ̀ iná àtọ̀yìnà yẹn, àìfẹ́ tí wọ́n gbé. Ọba tó ṣe oore tó pọ̀ fún àlejò Muhammad tó ṣe pé lójú ayé ó láti lága ìgbà tí òkú sí mọ́ àtẹ́bí tí wà relevant oore tó pọ̀ lọ́ba ṣe fún yín. Lásìkò tẹ̀kọ́n 60 ẹ ti rìtáyà gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́ra mọ́ ọlọ́pàá jù rẹ̀ yìí wọ́n fa rẹ̀ ṣe yí wọ́n fa ìṣàtú yín láṣìírí. Iná àpé iná gbogbo ẹ tó bá mọ̀ ẹ́ dájọ́ pé níjọba fún màmá wa Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar إن شانئك هو الأبتر. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns of the day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns of the day. Happy birthday to you. Alhamdulillah. Torí pé program yìí, agbọ́dọ̀ parí rẹ̀ normally. Bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe lè lọ, alága wa, Mama George. Alájà Wahab Secretary, ẹ wá rí ìmọ̀ màní máṣá wọn. Ẹ wá rí Secretary fún Ṣàngọ̀. Alájà Ọmọ́wùmí George, àwọn ọmọ máa fún wa ní closing remark. Ọdún ìjọ, ọmọ ìdílé sí àti ìjọba ìgbà ìgbésí látàrọ ọ̀hún mi ló jẹ́ nígbà sí ìlú ìwọ́n sí. There is a donation from Mr. Wakuro and Latif Kuku all the way from the UK. Orúkọ company ti donation náà ti wá ní Solar Beats Limited. Solar Beats Limited. Ọ̀rọ̀ kó dànù kí wọ́n ṣàbàwà sí wọ́n ní ẹ̀sìn. Màmá wa Alhaja Captain Ìdáyà Tọmọlára Bankole retire. The national coordinator one. Ó tilẹ̀ ọ̀hún bẹ́tọ̀ yìí ti rí àwọn tó yìnbọn ń bí abáwá sọ fún àwọn tí wọ́n ti lọ. Please give the food of time.